Welcome back to another episode of Neon Leon. How are all you vinyl idols? Well, welcome back to another episode of Neon Leon. How are all you vinyl idols doing? Here's the dealio, guys. Pissed off. Been pissed off. I thought I said all there was to say yesterday when we did our long-ass stream, the Leon's Lunch Hour exclusively about this stuff, but, it just keeps getting worse. It does. Now, I don't know if all today is going to be covering this story, but what I do know is I needed help doing so. I didn't want to do a solo show, I'll be real. Neon Leon normally a solo show. I didn't want to do a solo show. I needed help from one of the GOATs. So I want y'all to give a big motherfucking shout out for our boy TiVo. Minimal effort. How you doing, homie? What's up?
Yo,
I've been talking a lot about
goats,
this.
huh? Is that because I got
days? How are you?
I resemble a goat now. Is that what this is here?
Actually, it looks good, man. I'm like, if anyone remembers the last time TiVo was on the show, you've never been clean shaven, but you were very like clean cut about it. Now you out here being like, I'm about to take out a fucking Balrog.
I'm just letting this thing go, man. I'm just letting it do its thing.
It looks good, bro. Especially if you guys, this isn't to be insulting. Like the gray is sort of on the side. I don't know if your lighting is actually gray, but it looks distinguished, dude.
No,
it looks good.
it's gray on the sides over here. Yeah, it's just doing its thing.
Like you look like if Pedro Pascal was actually masculine. You've got like some legitimate good gray.
Oh, that hurts. Oh man, that hurts.
Damn. What I'm saying is, instead of him being in every movie, we should have you instead.
Okay, fair enough. I'll take that.
Guys, I see there's a whole lot of you up in this bitch. It looks like Badger raid in. Thank you so much, Badger. Badger's Bastards, we got a raid. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate every single one of y'all motherfuckers. Great show tonight, Badger. Absolutely adore you. Thank you so much. We're gonna get into this. Now, before we do, I don't normally start off grifting. But I know how much y'all love Cindy. And she is in the background. She is pressing the buttons, being a good little producer. But if y'all want to see her come out and be part of the conversation with me and TiVo as we go through all this, y'all know what you got to do. From this moment forward, once we hit 50 and super chats, memberships, whatever it may be, we'll bring out our big titty dragon lady. So y'all know what to do. But before that,
I'm not cutting it here.
yeah. Look, we all love TiVo, but he ain't no big titty dragon lady. Before we do any of that, we do have some motherfucking pre-stream legends. And I told y'all that over the last couple streams, I wasn't playing clips because like it's not time to be funny or anything, given the Charlie Kirk stuff. We back to playing clips today. We're gonna do it because while we are pissed off, we still need to have fun. We need to have a good time. We need to remember that positivity is the answer to all this. So there's gonna be clips tonight. We got Piranha Pal for a 2-banger. September 10th is when it all changed. We're done. Someone in my stream yesterday, and you may have seen this. I know you watched TiVo. Someone said, well, okay. Jake Martin has made.
We're already there. It looks like, yeah.
Before we'll bring us in now. Somebody in the stream yesterday said September 10th, never forgive. September 11th, never forget.
Oh, I like that.
That's a banger, dude. That's a banger quote.
Get that shit tattooed, man.
Right? Prop out. Thank you so much, girlie. Truly appreciate you. You absolute legend. Kalika Gamer, becoming a member all on his own. Thank you so much, Kalika. Truly appreciate you. You absolute fucking legend. And then came in with a 5-banger. Can somebody that speaks not white read this for me?
Hola, amigos.
There it is. Here's subscribe, dude. Thank you so much, Kalika. Truly appreciate you. Prop out for another banger. Leon's never late. He comes when he means to. She's right in more ways than one. It's just she's right in more ways than one.
I shouldn't be right
T-Bot
below you here.
Gifting a membership. You don't need to do it, bro. You're on the panel. You don't need to gift a membership. Thank you so much, homie. Truly appreciate it.
No, I got you, man. I've been gifted once to your channel for like the last 3 or 4 months. I had to pay it forward.
Truly, yeah. That's see, you love to see it. It's what we do out here. We stay a community. We stay supporting one another. You love to fucking see it. Because if we don't, who will? Michael Tynan, been a minute, man. How you doing? I hope you're doing all right. I'm glad to see you here. Let's rock, amigo. Charlie yet lives. He does live. Like, his message will never die. His message will not die. Like, they ensured that when they did this bullshit. And the peepers, remember for 6 months, the titty kitty. You love to see it. Leon, you don't treat me nice. You're a bad podcaster. You don't know how to conduct interviews. You're a 45-year-old man. Not pray for your family. Okay. Hold on. My shoulders are not near wide enough for this shit to be true. All right. This is uncool. All right. I'm going to play you guys a clip before we get to Jake's special clip. This is for all y'all. Thank you so much.
Leon, Moxie, are y'all niggas happy? Y'all happy? You proud of yourself? I hope you niggas is happy. Congratulations to all the new single moms on the channel, but I just hope you niggas are just so happy with what you've done.
Bingo, bango, bongo. There it is. Thank you guys so much. It is truly appreciated. I cannot say thank you enough. Speaking of saying thank you enough, Jade Martin says, big old titties. I was like, yo, Fitty to bring out Cinny. And he's like, on it, boss. No, Jake, you fucking legend. Thank you so much, homie. Again, pillar of the fucking community, truly. Jake is a great dude. You'll love to see it. So, homie, this is for you.
Chip, you know what? You just made the list. Oh, no. Oh, here we go.
Big old titties, bro. They made the list. And last but not least, we got Zalozi out here. Zalozi coming in with them 5 words of paradise gifted memberships. You love to see it. Thank you so much. 5 more vital idols. If you were gifted a membership and you're not part of the Discord yet, join the fucking Discord. Thank you so much. You didn't need to. You did. This is for you, homie.
I feel like that's where my entire week has gone, man.
Oh, man.
You're telling me. All right. Let's acknowledge some vital idols. Then we'll get into this shit, bro. Let's see who else here. So many of you came out. I have to scroll that so back up so far. Again, Badger, shout out. Thank you for the raid. We got Azatoth watching on X. Thank you so much. You love seeing X and Kick viewers, man. Alfredo R in the house. IRL Bestie, Paul Byersmith, Philip Morgan, the ever lovely Piranha Pal. You love to see it. Kalika Gamer, thank you so much. Cinevere, no longer in the back. I took her out her dungeon. Daxon, our best mod in the whole damn land. Jim Harrison is here. How you doing, Jimmy boy? Thank you so much. Let's see who else we got. We got Leonardo the Ghost Stahl. It's been a minute. Leonard, how you doing, homie? Thank you so much for showing up. Let's keep going through here. Peepers, the Titty Kitty. CFH90, the OG cowboy from hell. Oh, I think he's going to get his Guinness. He's going to need it.
Yes.
He's going to fucking need it. Luck
Chug.
is here. Corn Boy is in the house. How you doing, Corn Boy? Thank you so much for showing up. Of course, we got Tebow. He's going to be talking to you guys in the chat as well as here. Went off the reservation. I don't even know if he knows that I did live on the Cherokee Nation. Like, he says went off the reservation. I literally did go off the reservation when I moved away from the Cherokee Nation. So, you'll love to see it.
You were also a poet and didn't know it.
Did I rhyme?
A little bit.
I didn't even mean to. You're right. I am a poet and didn't know, because if I rhymed there, I didn't even realize I fucking did it. All right, who else we got? Let's keep scrolling. We got Tailfin in the house. How you doing, Tailfin? Thank you so much. Korean Cowboy. Look, I was not gay. I was not latent gay. Badger's show was going long, and I got
yeah, that's what they all
Badger was going long, guys. He's not gay.
God damn it. All righty. Let's see who else we got in this bitch. Zombie Bomb, True Aztec Warrior. You love to fucking see it. Little Miss Anonymous, say to me, yo, y'all, how you doing, Little Miss Anonymous? Thank you so much for showing up, as always. Again, we got Michael Tynan. Thank you so much, brother. Gravestone is in the house. What up, Gravestone? Kenneth Rins Domingo. Ron E. Ronnie is here. Thank you so much. Let's see who else we got. And I know there's more. I mean, y'all chatting so much. I need to keep scrolling. Yeah, our boy ABF. Alec Baldwin's Finger. Everyone match out. Make sure you, if you're not subbed to Alec Baldwin's Finger or his gaming channel, make sure you sub to his fucking gaming channel. ABF's a goddamn legend. Andrew Wardna is here. Old man Cad, what up, brother? How you doing? Wider and a Bly, aka Wheels. How you doing, Wheels? Guys, there's a lot, y'all. I can't go through every name. Bobby Blankenship, Jerry D. Sills. All right. I want to say hi to everybody, but I can't. We got some shit to get into. We got some stuff to talk about. Last but not least, Gertie Banana. I hate that it came to this, but the fallout has been swift and severe. I'd love to see it. I ain't even gonna give you a regular clip. You know what? Because you're correct. And this is what we're fighting
No
against.
offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
Fuck these fucking commies.
Dude, so many of
People,
them.
man.
So many of them.
We've been talking a lot, behind the scenes the last several days while this going on, and for those of you in my audience, for whatever reason, if you don't know who Tebow is, obviously tell me who you are, what you do, and what are your thoughts on all this, and feel free to be as uncensored as fucking possible.
Yeah, no, I've got a humble gaming channel that I cover gaming content, and then a secondary channel for news and pop culture shit, and it's been one of those things where the past week I was already in a bit of a slump, with life and work and shit. And then all this happened and it's like nothing seemed to matter anymore, Just that insatiable rage that you feel when this kind of shit happens. And it sucks because, again, I'm not going to go out there and do some crazy shit. But you just have to question, like, how can this really be the reality that we're living in?
When you say nothing seems to matter, like, so I had made a video earlier that morning. I mean, I got up like 8 in the morning, made a video about, Dragon Ball being taken off the store shelves because the censorship bill in Texas. And like, I was like, all right, it's going to be a banger video. I'm so excited. This is a good topic, fighting censorship. Like, I was really stoked for it. And then we're on stream and you were the one that told me about it. Just so y'all know, Tebow was the one in the chat. It's like, hey, this just happened.
Yeah, I was the bearer of bad news that day. Somebody sent it to me. I can't remember who it was. And I'm like, okay, holy shit, this can't be real. And then I Googled it.
I didn't think so either. When you sent it to me, I was like, oh man, he's been shot. People get shot all the time. They walk it off. They get patched up. I didn't realize what a big deal it was. And then, but as the stream progresses, and then this is why I bring it up, because when you say like nothing matters anymore, I was like, my fucking Dragon Ball video means nothing. It's trivial. Who wants to talk about fucking censorship? A man is fighting for his life. At the time, of course, he hadn't passed yet. And like, I didn't even make a video the next day. I was like, how the fuck are you going to talk about like anime censorship or woke gaming and whatnot when a man has his life is gone, his wife is widowed, his kids are gonna grow up without a father. There's nothing. It all seemed so trivial,
right? And it sucks because those things still matter. And once you get through that trauma stage, it's like, okay, now you move on with your life and you realize this is still the same reality we were living in. It's just you have to be more aware of how evil these people are. You still want to be able to unplug from it. See, here, my thing is, and I've complained to everybody about it, I'm sure anybody who follows me on Twitter, I have been on an unhinged warpath for 3 days. Okay. I mean, I'm community noting every bastard that I find. I'm yelling at everybody. I am digging up information. I'm disputing. I'm arguing. I told Smash the other day, I'm like, I said more F-bombs in one day on Twitter than I have the entire last year because I was so angry. And now I'm at that stage where I'm like, okay, I understand who we're dealing with. I'm no longer infuriated to the point where I can't see straight. Now I'm just resolved. It's like, okay, you know what? We're going to get back to the pop culture stuff. We're going to get back to the gaming. We're going to get back to talking about this stuff because it still matters because they're invested in our entertainment too. But it also has to be kept in check. We also have to realize, on the grand scheme of things, the thing that matters most is life, liberty, your family, your God-given rights. Then entertainment, and we can do both at once, but definitely puts things in priority.
Well, it's hard to rationalize. At least I don't know if hard is the right word. It's interesting to rationalize because I mean, like you said, this stuff does matter, and the reason it matters. I mean, I was telling my roommate about this because he didn't know, about Yuri Bezmenov. He didn't know about the communist infiltration of the Cold War and why we're in this. So like, I don't think it was last time. It was the night before last. He and I were just having a long conversation, and he obviously my roommate Cookies, shout out, love you to death. He's very supportive of me doing YouTube. He loves watching things like that. but I don't think he ever quite understood why this stuff matters. He's like, you're bitching about anime, bitching about comic books, things like that. He's like, yeah, it's cool. And then when last night when I was explaining the infiltration of like the KGB and why in the 60s to the 80s, why we're in the situation, he's like, I never knew any of that. Like, you gave me a whole history lesson. And like, I saw the light bulb go off. It's like, okay, you're not just bitching about comics or video games. This is an existential crisis to the American way. I'm like, exactly. It sounds trivial because you're like, oh, bald bitch in video game, talk about, Neil Druckmann. It's like, no, this has been decades of infiltration by people trying to upend the American way. And the way they do it is they go through pop culture, because culture and politics are intrinsically linked. And it is I feel at first, it's like, okay, all this shit's trivial. I don't want to make videos about fucking Dragon Ball or whatnot. A man lost his life. But now I'm like, nah, we need to be going even fucking harder.
That's exactly where I'm at mentally. And so yesterday I put out a video about the Charlie Kirk stuff, but it was more about the Sucker Punch dev who finally got fired. And I'm like, you know what? I've been trying to do like, I need to go back to doing scripted. I need to have good, footage in my background. I need to do more like all the, it's like last time, like, fuck it. I'm just going to do just a raw take one time through and just make a video and just talk, and it felt good because I was finally able to just get back to what I have done in the past. And I feel like now all of a sudden I no longer care about worrying about every little piece of my video. I just want to put that out there and say, we've had enough.
Well, I'm glad you brought the Sucker Punch stuff. So let's actually start with that. First of all, before we do, Cindy, do you have anything to say or add or anything like that? We didn't even introduce Cindy, and I apologize. Cindy, of course, talk to people, tell me. We just got right into it. But yeah, Cindy, tell people who you are, what you do, the whole nine. If you have anything to add, go for it. Your video on this, by the way, Cindy, I didn't tell you because you and I were having such a great conversation earlier this morning. Me and Cindy were talking like 4 or 5 in the morning, whatnot, having a great time. While you and I were talking this morning, I was watching your video. And like you and I were it was so fun, and we were having great conversation about like Amazon shopping and anime. And in the meantime, I'm listening to you on my computer fucking crying. Your video was fantastic. I want to give you props. It was a very good and excellent heartfelt video.
I actually wanted to thank everybody who did watch the video. So I'm really glad that you guys liked it. I was really scared because I was like, okay, I know that this could receive a lot of hate. Like, oh, this isn't content we want to see, stuff like that. So I am grateful to each and every one of you because I spoke from my heart. I am still so very sad over this entire thing, and I am filled with so much rage. I mean, I think honestly, us starting with kicking out all those people or like getting those people fired who said, hey, who's next, or laughed and vilified him, deserve every ounce of treatment that they get hereafter. I do not feel an ounce of pity for them losing their jobs. In fact, I still call for Hassan Piker to be thrown out of the country. That man should be labeled as a fucking terrorist and be thrown out. And take the bitch Frogan with him.
It's funny you say that. So you're jumping the gun a bit. I actually have your Hassan post as one of the topics for tonight. And Tebow sent me so much shit so far, like before the show went down.
I was telling Cindy, I'm like, I've been inundating this man.
Like, all tabbed up yet. I was like, you know what? It's someone on the show. I'm just gonna be not share our DMs. I'm just gonna go through. I'm gonna just bring up all this because you sent me a bunch. I already had a bunch of stuff tabbed up. So guys, this is gonna be a wild one. But you brought up the Sucker Punch stuff, Tebow. Now, all y'all know. Me and Tebow both. I won't speak for you. You can speak for yourself. I'm not a fan of Grumps. I don't like Grumps. He and I don't get along.
Oh, no, I'm right there with you.
I'm also the type of individual that when you're right, you're fucking right. And minus Grumps being like, oh, this game is dead to me now, as if it wasn't before. I don't like that fucking versus signal. But everything else he said about this is absolutely correct. And just because I don't like a dude doesn't mean I will not acknowledge he's correct. And Grumps is absolutely correct in this. So, and Tebow, give your thoughts by all means.
My thing with Grums, 90% of my issues with him would go away if he just finished his damn game.
Agreed.
Honest to God, right
Agreed.
there. That's it. That for me, 90% of my issues with him goes away once he actually gets a game done. So that's just where I'm at with that.
So he said, the Ghost of Yote dev who celebrated Charlie Kirk's death has been fired. Now this is what they stated on X or Blue Sky. I mean. If standing up against fascism is what cost me my dream job I held for 10 years, I would do it again 100 times stronger. Fuck you. From the bottom of my heart, fuck you.
I hope you never, ever get a job again in any gaming industry ever, because I
Oh, she
want you to
will.
live by that promise that you would do it 100 times stronger, because I promise you, if you had done it, we would make sure you'd live up to that 100 times stronger and slam your ass down 500 times or more. Fuck you,
Not even in
bitch.
Minecraft. IRL. I ain't doing this sounding language in Minecraft bullshit. Like, literally, fuck this individual. Now, here's the question. Do you think this is going to, like, because I don't think this game was going to do well to begin with. I'm going to be real, guys. Nobody asked for this game. Nobody wanted this game. But do you think that this will, because it comes out in, like, what, 3 months? Is this going to impact it, do you think?
Comes out at the end of this month or next month. Let me get a definite
Oh, is it
date.
that
Hang
soon?
on.
I thought it was, like, December.
It's coming out. It snuck up on me, too. I'm pretty sure it's coming out soon. Let me double check. Release date. October 2nd.
Oh, wow. So less than a month. Holy shit.
Yeah, it snuck up on me, dude. When I was talking about this on the stream last night, I think it was, I'm like, I had no idea it was like already upon us, you know?
I wonder if that is, I mean, because again, this stuff is still, with the way the news cycle works, shit pops up for a week and then you kind of, forget about it. Life goes on, whatnot. I hesitate to say that this will be another one of the stories, because obviously we don't want to be. We do not want this to be something that after a week it is forgotten or whatnot. But that might be how it works, because that's, the world we live in. So I do wonder if this game is far enough out that people they're not going to care.
Well, there's maybe 2 or 3 sides to that. Obviously, the people who were never going to buy it are never going to buy it. A lot of those fall under like our side of the aisle, at least somewhat politically or ideologically. Then you have the people who are the normies who are always going to buy it and they're not paying attention. Then you have those who are going to buy it out of spite. Remember, Assassin's Creed Shadows, this is where I was a lot different than people who are like, oh, this game's going to tank and it's going to be terrible. I'm like, no, Assassin's Creed Shadows is still probably going to make money. It's probably going to do okay. It's not going to save Ubisoft. But it did okay as far as what we know of it. 3 or 4 million sales, maybe.
Similar. So I never said the game was going to flop, because I didn't think that it was going, like, at least not because of ideological purposes. My mentality was that it's not going to make money, not because of any wokeness or anything like that, but because of the same reason that movies nowadays don't make money, because the budgets are insane.
And they killed this. They killed the franchise a couple of games ago. So
right. Like you've got 2,000 or 3,000 people in the studio. I mean, this game was massive in terms of the bloat of the budget, the people working on the back end. So it would have had to do insane numbers to make money. So I do not believe that Assassin's Creed made money. I do believe it was a failure. Again, not because people boycotted it or because it was woke or whatnot, but just simply because I don't think it is possible for Ubisoft to recoup how much money they put into it.
Correct. If we had actual numbers, actual sales to work with, we'd actually have a better discussion about that,
Agreed.
Go figure.
And I think Ghost of Yote it's much the same.
I think it falls into the same kind of camp. Yeah, exactly.
Bloat is the literal best word for that insanity. Yeah, I mean that's 90% of gaming's issues. Just like how 90% of our issues with Grumps be fixed, we finish this game. 90% of the modern gaming industry's shit would be if they just, same as the film industry, worked on their fucking budgets. Now, exactly. So when you see a dev saying stuff like this. And first of all, are you surprised that Sucker Punch fired him?
Honestly, no, because the backlash was far too big.
Well, here's the thing. This is the weird part. I went to this person's art station from her LinkedIn, and there's no artwork that she can show that I saw in a portfolio on her art station from Ghost of Yote. All of it was from Ghost of Tsushima. So the thing about it is, sure, they fired this person, but this person has already finished their work, presumably on Ghost of Yote anyways. So firing at this point is more like a ceremonial thing, I imagine. I mean, sure, okay, she probably would have wanted to stick around, but a lot of these people go from studio to studio anyways. So how much of it was firing versus mutually, okay, yeah, it's probably a good time to leave anyways. I mean, her work on Ghost of Yote has got to be done by now. So
I didn't check. You keep saying her. Is this an actual woman or is this a woman 2.0? Is this
the images I've saw actually looks like a woman. Like her LinkedIn photo, it looks like a biological female.
I think it's a man. Okay.
Really? You think it's a man?
They better cast one than the average then.
I don't know. I was hearing conflicting things. I can look that up. Hold on.
Yeah, Drew Harrison. I'll take a look too.
Yeah, in the interim, while you guys look this up, I'm going to hit a couple super chats real quick because a couple more have come in. We got Girthy Banana for a thigh banger. I hate that I came to this. Oh, sorry. We read that one away. This 5 banger from Kirk the Banana. If you see these cowards, screenshot them and post it. 100%. 100%. And honestly, I know a lot of people screenshot, not that way they don't give engagement or boosting or whatnot. In this instance, I think we should. I think we should boost these people. I think we should get because it's the old adage of like the reason we let people get on their pulpit and espouse horrible ideas is so that we can counteract the bad ideas with the good ideas. We want these people out there so we know who the crazies are. I want people to quote tweet, not just screenshot, but quote tweet and what. Now screenshot so that it's saved in case they delete it, but also fucking quote tweet and whatnot so this shit blows up and so that people the engagement they get will all be negative. Like, because screenshotting stuff usually doesn't go as far in the algorithm. This shit needs to go everywhere. Now you can't do that with something on Blue Sky, for example. It's got to be quote. It's got to be screenshot. But like, if you see people posting shit like this on X, do a full-on quote tweet in addition to a screenshot. That way, the world sees this. That way, it spreads. But those are my thoughts. You guys feel free to give yours.
Well, yeah, I mean, because also a lot of these people aren't even getting Twitter ad revenue anyways. So they're not. You're not boosting somebody's engagement and giving them ad revenue. Sure, you might give them more views on their post, but half these people hate Twitter and don't want to even pay for Twitter Blue. So it's not like it's going to hurt to share their post.
We got our boy Niat coming in. Niat, thank you so much. I'm sorry I missed the show earlier. I mean, obviously you and I talked backstage. I had a buddy of mine who I had not seen in ages unexpectedly drop in. It was really nice to see him again. But so again, thank you so much. I hope everybody enjoyed the Batman stream. Whether she was fired or not, one thing we know for sure is the Ghost Yote will flop regardless. Hail Leon and Cinny. Niat is entirely correct. Again, it's going to be a flop. Again, it would have been a flop regardless of this stuff, but this probably will add at least a little bit to it. Niat, this is for you. Thank you so much, brother.
You one ugly motherfucker.
Now, this is an interesting one. You sent me this one, Tebow. I was not expecting. Now, I said I wasn't expecting.
I have not verified. I haven't verified.
All right. Well, we'll take this with a grain of salt. Then we're going to operate under the assumption that this is true. It might not be. Now, Billy D. Williams ain't exactly like a wokey or anything like that. I think he's largely disconnected from the culture war either way. But this is supposedly a post from him. Flash shared this. Charlie Kirk's wife is in this image you see. While some of you mock and celebrate his death, she's experiencing a level of pain most of us can never imagine. She has lost her husband. Their children's lost their father. A family has been shattered. Charlie wasn't just a public figure. He was a man with a wife who loved him and kids who need him. No matter your politics, no matter your disagreements, celebrating someone's death is pure evil. Disagree with his ideas if you want, but don't forget he was still a human being, a husband, a father, a friend. If you're cheering for that right now, you're not exposing Charlie. You're exposing your own lack of humanity.
So Reddit is saying his account was hacked, but that's on Reddit. I'm not going to buy anything I read on Reddit.
Brown Bull saying Billy D. Williams only does Facebook Boomer and his page is covered with stuff like this. Really? His page is, as in like when you say his page is covered with stuff like this, Brown Bull, do you mean that he is frequently posting like this sort of pro conversation, anti-political division sort of messages? I'll wait for you to respond. And then what were you saying about Reddit, Tebow?
So Reddit was saying that his account was actually hacked, but again, that's what Reddit's saying. I'm not going to buy that for anything at this point. I want to verify this for myself.
Well, I do hope this is true. I do. Like, I don't know. Ever since, do you remember when the internet tried to blow up Billy D. Williams as like being pansexual or whatever, and then he had to come out?
There was some weird stuff a while back. Yeah.
So what had happened? He had made comments about his quote unquote sexuality, but what about how he is, that like gender doesn't matter and things to that effect, and people are like, oh, he's pansexual. He's saying gender doesn't matter. He loves people for people. And he came out later. He was like, what? No, that's not what I meant. I don't even know what a pansexual is. All I was trying to say is that, I've tried to spread love to the world. It doesn't matter. He was purely talking about it in like almost a spiritual sense. Is like my whole thing is just, I hope people love and are loved. And there was nothing sexual about it in the slightest. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is real because he has like made comments on, I don't know if socio-political is the right way to put it, but he's made comments on culture war stuff before, but in very layman's terms.
He's been posting stuff about Charlie Kirk on Facebook. I sent you the link to his Facebook page. He's been posting stuff about it like all day. So if his account was hacked, then it's been hacked for 24 plus hours because he's got straight up nothing but Charlie Kirk posts for hours and hours.
Heartbreak and loss in this photo unimaginable. Praying Erica would lower himself and meet and comfort her, that he will give her peace that passes all understanding. I know he will do this because he is the God of all comfort. He promises to comfort his children. Erica Kirk's message.
I'm not seeing proof that it was hacked. I don't know.
I mean, if he was posting all this stuff on Facebook, I could imagine it was real. Charlie Kirk 100. He posted that. Wow.
Wouldn't you just delete it if you got hacked?
Speaking of deleting it, I want to be showing off my Facebook, even though I don't use it. I just keep it in case I need to look up sources and whatnot. But
Exactly.
But yeah, so it doesn't seem like it was hacked to me based on this.
No, he's got posts about Irina Zarutska. He's got posts about Donald Trump. And these are going back several days now. Like, holy crap. Wow.
Honestly,
okay.
I'm not surprised
Billy.
Billy D. Williams. Like Billy D. Williams came out as based. I'm not surprised about that in the slightest. He was always a real interesting dude. So the polar opposite of like, did you see Mark Hamill's post about the Charlie Kirk stuff?
Dude, Neon over at Clownfish TV was like, wow, this is a decent post by Mark Hamill. I'm like, he did the bare minimum. He acted like half a human being for once. Like, come on.
Well, he's also acting like he is not part of this problem.
Right.
Part of this disgusting division. Like his rhetoric for the last 10 years, I would say, on the lead up to Trump's original run, has been part of the reason for the radicalization. I mean, you got a bunch of people idolize Luke Skywalker. He was a hero growing up. And so, of course, you're going to deify the man that played him as well. And so if he says Donald Trump is evil, by God, he must be fucking evil. Like, Mark Hamill is one of the, again, I'm not trying to say like, oh, this is Mark Hamill's fault, because there's a whole lot of factors here, but you can't deny that anyone that espouses this sort of rhetoric, it's partly on them.
It's just one drop in a really nasty bucket,
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that 100%. All right, so Cindy, you shared this. Now I've not watched it yet, so we're gonna watch it. We also have not seen Charlie Kirk's Erica, Charlie Kirk's wife's video. We're gonna go over that in a moment. But you shared this. This is what Hassan was saying. So you said, arrest him and throw him out of the country. This man is vile. He has done nothing but make harmful calls to action on his platform and take the disgusting job of the cut. Damn, Rogan with him. All right, so let's see what this is.
Rogan blocked me for making fun of her.
Left wingers,
lose
liberals,
weight. You're fat.
You need to be fucking showing your opponent's guts on there. Okay, you need to be gutting them. You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage. What the fuck is this shit, man?
All right, so this is an old video. Obviously, this is not something recent. I think there's people saying like
this is a compilation of several people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Slice them up. Slice them and fucking dice them. What the fuck is this? You cannot have a bigger fucking layup. You could not have had a bigger fucking layup than a horrible candidate like Herschel Walker. Sure, he was prepared very well. And Herschel Walker actually had a good
thing we do need to make sure we do. We got to keep attracting younger viewers that, grow up on TikTok, when they're 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
He loves them e-girls.
3, it's like all here. Now this guy is down. He's dead. These guys are like
and fatally wounded.
They're not even running. They're not even like cowering and running away and screaming in fear. There's like, okay, well, they did it. We got our shots. Okay, is this guy done? Oh shit. Well, okay. Well, we brought the white.
It's called shock, you fucking idiots. It's called shock. Anything that happens, I mean, like, holy shit, guys. If you live in Florida, I have an opportunity for you. If you want to earn $100,000, let me know. Jesus fucking Christ.
Flags. We can put that over the bleeding part, assuming he got shot and is actually right.
A flag.
And then this guy.
874
Bellevue Drive and I'm gonna kill you with my AR-15. Like that's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's office, and he's resigning. Like he's literally, this is his last term. So I think that people are a lot more radical.
It's hurt poor people that they can afford housing in Berkeley. I don't know how that works.
My understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
And that is what brings us into the main point that I want to get at is I'm tired of it, man. I am. These are not people we can coexist with at all. Like I'm a free speech advocate. I do not think that Hassan or anybody should not be allowed to say this rhetoric. In fact, I'm glad they say it.
He's a terrorist.
But this is not a society that we cannot coexist. It is literally impossible. Feel free to take it away. Your guys' thoughts.
No, I mean, I just find it really funny when it's okay for him to call to violence. The thing is, Hassan is either retarded or a liar. It's one or the other. And I can't honestly decide it.
No, it is definitely both.
2 days ago, I was like, okay, maybe he's just retarded. Now I think he's just a liar. Because honestly, he has spent years doing this shit over and over. If you just Google it, just go through like a shitload of clips of Hassan for the last 5 years. He does the same thing, calling for coded violence or joking about violence or, again, saying all these things. And then he'll be like, well, Asmongold said go after people. He actually wants me dead. It's like, it's gaslighting, dude. It's straight up.
Yeah,
gaslighting.
we actually read that clip on stream yesterday. Hassan literally said, this is worse than anything. What Hassan said about, calling for violence is worse than anything I've ever said. Bro, first of all, Hassan did not call for violence, or Asmongold didn't call for violence. He just said,
no.
If this continues, violence is going to happen, which, to be fair, I think is a pretty fair assessment. Like, now, I don't think the right, I think the right is far more functional, and we didn't see any riots, looting, things of that effect. But I also think Asmongold is really too far off the reservation on that. At one point, there will be a breaking point, and that's all he's stating. Hassan's literally called for the deaths of individuals. We heard it right there. So there's no way Asmongold has ever said anything near as bad as Hassan.
But you see, when Hassan says it, it's hyperbolic. So
yeah, but I mean, that's been the way of the libtards from the start of this. They could say whatever they want, accuse anybody about whatever they want, call them Nazis, call them racist, call them phobe of whatever kind. And they would get the results that they were seeking because they were louder than we were, because we were still trying to figure out what the hell was going on.
But it's not even that we were trying to figure out what's going on, Cindy. I'm going to stop you there. But think back to 2014, 2016, OG Gamergate. We were scared. Like, the people who were being called these names, Nazi, racist, homophobe, all that, those at the time were the worst things you could be called. Yeah. So you would try to be like, no, I'm not. I'm just trying to say, and they shied away. They were now. It's gotten to a point now where like, well, fucking call me a homophobe, call me a Nazi, call me racist. I don't give a fuck anymore. So people were afraid because these accusations had weight 10 years ago. These accusations don't have weight now.
These people are terrorists. Period. Full stop.
But here's the thing. This is how we've gotten to where we are is the problem. So for the longest time, we've seen them say, punch a Nazi, punch your local Nazi, right? And then they label everybody even slightly right of center a Nazi. So what they are explicitly, this isn't even coded language. What they're explicitly doing is saying, if you label somebody a Nazi, we are justifying any means of violence against them because Nazis are evil and they shouldn't exist. So we're past the whole, again, cancel culture. Oh, you're a Nazi, we're going to go get you fired. Or I don't like the fact that 10 years ago you told an edgy joke on Twitter or whatnot. We're to the point now where they are legitimately justifying violence against people. You could see it. They've doubled, tripled, quadrupled down all week on Twitter. Every one of these freaking fake apologies that's, oh, Charlie Kirk is an evil, subhuman, disgusting piece of trash that I wouldn't bother scraping off my shoe because I wouldn't want to get my mat dirty. But he shouldn't have been shot. It's how they phrase every freaking one of these posts. It's over and over and over again, dehumanizing everybody, but I don't think he necessarily should have been killed. But he was literally Satan. Oh, and by the way, punch a Nazi.
You brought up cancel culture, so I want to share this. And again, I'll make abundant clear out like Grums. However, so Grums says, as Gold put out a call for finding game devs mocking or cheering Charlie Kirk's assassination. Post your stuff in this thread if you want to be anonymous. Send it along. I'll repost it, put it on the list for him. Must send verifiable proof. And then this screenshot. Don't let this happen again. 2 years ago, they canceled VTubers, made them cry on stream for playing Hogwarts Legacy. Now they're threatening Corona and talking about her sponsors for playing it today. No more, so there's people at the door. And we've got this account. Less than 48 hours ago, no more cancel culture. Today, let's find these people and contact their employers. Alzheimer's kicking in. It's only at only 60. Scary sign. Now, what is to you guys? What is cancel culture? I get my answer, and I said on stream yesterday. I'll say it again. But to you guys, what is cancel culture? And do you think Grums is quote unquote pro cancel culture?
Well, Cindy, you can go first.
Actually, if you don't mind going, I'm
No,
trying to.
I'm good. Yeah, I'll go. Basically, for me, I think cancel culture is exactly what I described. You know, you're somebody I disagree with, or you're somebody who I have a bone to pick with, or somebody who, for some weird reason, you looked at me wrong. I went through your Facebook posts from 10 years ago, a Twitter post you put out there when you were 17. You used the N-word one time on a video that got shared around. Boom, you're canceled. That's cancel culture. Okay. Straight up trying to find the smallest thing to cancel somebody over. That's, for me, like the easiest way to look at it. That is not even close to the same thing as seeing millions of people vocally, visibly, either in form of video or text, celebrating a literal assassination of somebody in broad daylight within an hour of him hitting the floor. So going after those people, I'm sorry, that's not cancel culture. As the left has said, that's accountability.
Well, I'm going to broaden it a little bit. My thought on what is or isn't cancel culture is pretty simple. Cancel culture to me is when a minority of individuals advocate, whether they succeed or not, advocate for the removal of someone or something when the free hand of the market says otherwise. When you've got something that is making money or is popular or is in the zeitgeist and whatnot, that by all accounts, it is what the people are wanting, but it gets removed or censored or shut down due to a minority of people being offended or don't want to see it or whatever it may be. So basically, it is when the voices of minority, a minority of voices are able to successfully remove something, even though the free hand of the market has proven it is a viable product or a viable, avenue for consumption. That's my take on it. So I don't think this is cancel culture because the market has proven people don't want this. People do not advocating for the removal or the firing of one of these individuals isn't cancel culture because the market has proven they don't want these individuals involved with these products.
Well, sure, but that goes more broadly than just like what we're talking about. For example, like Twitter, the last 24 hours, the people that have been posting on TikTok and stuff, and people track them down and get them fired. I'm not going to shed a tear for those people. I haven't called a single person. Okay, I'm not going to shed a tear for those people. Whether or not it falls under cancel culture for certain people is their own personal opinion. For me, I look at cancel culture, I think like Kovac said, more broadly, like, again, someone records you singing along with a rap song at a karaoke bar 10 years ago and then drags it up for you to be fired. I think that's the prime example of cancel culture right there.
Well, the reason that so I would more or less agree with you, except for we don't really see that anymore. Like you said, like that phase is more or less past us.
Right, because a couple of years ago, we were all saying cancel culture's dead because we no longer cared anymore, like you said.
Well, that's because they graduated from cancel culture to calls to action.
Yeah.
I honestly, that's a pretty base statement, Cindy. You're entirely correct. Well, at the end of the day, I would say that I am absolutely anti-cancel culture because, canceling individuals, is for being, edgy or whatnot is, how do I want to phrase this? Let's look at it in the vein of comedy. People can make jokes. People can say whatnot. but if it is not a joke, if it is not, if there's no satire, if there is no humor to it, if it is actual evil, then yeah, I mean, that shit should be shut down by the majority of voices, because it shows the majority of voices have a soul, have a common, good amongst them or whatnot. The majority of what we saw as quote unquote cancel culture years ago was very obvious that it was not, it was not genuine. The majority of people didn't feel this way. So I don't know. Am I making sense? I feel like it's a very difficult thing to try and explain.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to come down to each person's interpretation, to be honest. And there are those who are going to say, hey, we shouldn't do this either. And I see some people in the chat saying, hey, you know what, you shouldn't do it either. And it's like, fair enough. I'm just not going to cry for those who are getting canceled.
Well,
Sorry.
wait a minute. No.
Why would I cry?
Because
Why would I cry for people who want me dead?
If we show, okay, look, here's the big difference. What these people did was they would get us fired for saying or doing something that they found offensive. Not that we did anything wrong, but they found it offensive, right? So if they get fired because they got held accountable for what they're saying, that's not violence. That's accountability.
In terms of, whether you should contact someone's boss or whatnot, here's the dealio. There are tried and true beliefs that we as, humanity have held for years, for the entirety of our existence. It is only a very recent trend that, we've got this sort of progressive mindset of like, oh, so-and-so should be fired because they voted for insert racist political figure here. That is not the same as cheering for the death of an innocent individual. One of those things is an abhorrent act. And like, if I were a business owner, and I have been a business owner, I wouldn't want that sort of individual working for me. I wouldn't want them representing me, my company, the whole nine. It's that simple. It is a business decision. When somebody 10 years ago, when a video comes up with someone saying the N-word in a rap song 10 years ago, that is not going to hurt your business. Okay. It's not, because everyone fucking does it. Let's not pretend that people don't drop the N-bomb when they're singing along to fucking Snoop Dogg or whatever, and they're white. Everyone does it. But not everybody cheers for the assassination of somebody.
The easy solution is just not to listen to rap music, but that's just me.
Fair enough. Listen to Whitesnake instead.
Exactly. No, I like Swedish metal.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, okay, the other flip side of this is I'm not, again, whether or not you agree with it or not, these people are still free to say whatever the hell they want to. You can call it cancel culture, fine. And if, again, you're okay with that, I don't really care, whatever. But at the same time, they still have their free speech. No one's shutting down their Twitter account. No one's shutting down their Tumblr account. No one's shutting down their Reddit account. These people can piss all over Charlie Kirk's grave and wish me death all they want to till they're dead, till they're old and gray and in a retirement home somewhere. But at the end of the day, they're still free to say it. Again, this is something we hear all the time, that freedom of speech does not hold you or does not relinquish your accountability. This is something that I hear constantly. You're free to say what you want, but you're going to be held accountable to it. Mm-hmm. No one is taking away their free speech. They're simply saying, hey, you know what? Maybe I don't want to give my money to a company that employs people who want me dead.
Well, so we got this tweet right here. I'm not condoning the assassination, but it's so ironic these guys have waged war on cancel culture and then continue the same behavior, same as that playbook. They condemn people being fired over edgy opinions online, just turn around and do it when their turn came. The main issue I have with this post, this sentiment, this isn't edgy. All right. Shadow the Hedgehog is edgy. All right. Jack 2 is edgy. Cheering on a man's assassination isn't edgy. It is abhorrent. It is demonic. I agree people shouldn't be canceled for edgy shit. If you make a joke about fucking 9/11 or whatever, sure, that's edgy. You shouldn't be canceled for that. But actively cheering for an assassination or any other example on par with that, I'm sorry, edgy is not the right fucking word. I don't think people should be fired for being edgy. It's fun. It is whatever. Anthony Jeselnik has made an entire career out of being edgy. But at one point, you cross a line to straight up evil. And at that point, sorry, you got to go.
It's not edgy. It's calling for more death. Okay, this is the problem, is you have people who think that it's okay to literally incite violence because it's free speech.
And again, we're not saying you don't have the right to say it. Like you said, now, to be fair, incitement of violence actually isn't covered by free. That's one of the few things that is not covered by free speech is actual incitement. That being said,
and correct. And many of these people who are being canceled literally have said things like, "Hey, Matt Walsh is next." That's not free speech. That's not free speech.
That's
Nothing
a call
about that is
to
free
action.
So
there's a difference between a statement like, "I don't care if somebody kills Matt Walsh," versus "you need to go out and kill Matt Walsh." One of those things is protected speech. One is not. Both of those are abhorrent, but one's protected, one is not.
Why is George Floyd always the guy that everyone brings up?
He's
Is that the best people have? A criminal fentanyl addict? That's it? You guys got George Floyd, really? That's the best you got? Why does the left never hold up an admirable person who was killed?
Do they have one?
I was literally about to ask the same question, Cindy.
Good question.
Like, at the end of the day, you know, oh, you shouldn't be fired for your political beliefs, yada, yada. Cheering on a man's death is not a political belief.
It is for the left, actually. It actually is, to be fair.
You know what? Fair enough. Yeah, actually, you were correct. I was having this conversation with my grandma. I was telling the story on Badger's show earlier, and I'm going to tell it again. I was talking to my grandma the other night. Night before last, because she's an old school Democrat. She's a 60s Democrat. You know, she voted for Kennedy, things like that. She remember it. Here's the dealio. The Democrats of and she hates it. What is she watched my show? I love you, Grandma. I'm sure you're watching, or I'm sure you're gonna rewatch. Love you, Grandma.
Hey, Grandma.
She hates it when I call out the left. She doesn't like the fact she's like that I always just use the left as a pejorative. That I taught negatively. She's like, because it's not all the left. So, Grandma, it is. The left that you grew up with, and I'm not calling out my grandma, this applies to any old school Democrat. Right. The left that you grew up with, the left that you know from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever, you're a Republican to them. You're a conservative to them. You are not a member of their tribe. Because my grandma doesn't like the fact that everything on TV is gay now. She doesn't like the fact that trannies are infesting women's spaces. Well, guess what? Just because you want higher taxes and free healthcare, that's not fucking good enough to be on the left nowadays.
You know, my grandparents are passed away now, but when they were, my parents were growing up, they were card-carrying Democrats. Everything, blew down the ticket, right? But that was only because of healthcare. That was it. The reason they voted Democrat was because my grandpa had to get medication from the government. And so that was the only reason they voted Democrat.
And that's the way a lot of old school Democrats are. They are Democrats based on policy. And whether you want to admit it or not, and so many of them have been in the cult for so long, and I'll say cult because nowadays the left is a cult. So many of them have been in the cult for so long that they are still looking at it as policy. A lot of old school Democrats are like, look, I'm okay with high taxes because I want people to be taken care of. You know what? That's fine. We can have a policy debate. I got no issue debating policy. But you need to understand, and they never will because they've been in this cult for so long, that the modern left, the young ones, the people that want to see fucking communism, view you as the enemy, view you as a right winger. It does not matter if you hold every single policy-based left-wing idea imaginable. If you do not agree with the social left, you are a right winger.
Well, again, it's that dangerous middle ground. If you're anything close to middle ground, the far left is going to say you're right wing.
See, I see Warrior down in the chat saying the right is a cult too. There's not a right wing. That's the deal. Here's the deal, yo. There is not a modern day right wing. I mean, obviously there is. I'm being hyperbolic, but since the right holds no cultural power and have never really held cultural power, there is no cult of the right wing because they don't do anything. They can't get anything done because they more or less don't exist on a cultural level. Well, now we can have
3 or 4 groups under one umbrella, yeah.
Exactly. The right is libertarians and anarchists and neo-Nazis and people that just want low taxes. Like the reason the right
Boomer
is not
conservatives,
a cult is exactly what you said, Tebow,
traditional conservatives, yeah,
right. It is fucking mind-boggling to me because I'm a fucking anarchist, which I guess technically, if right means small government, I'm the furthest right you could possibly be because as an anarchist, I believe in no government. I don't think we should have a fucking government at all. I want to abolish the government as an institution. So that makes me the furthest right possible if right means small government. But I don't consider myself a right-winger in the slightest.
I thought anarchists were traditionally left-wing. I thought that, am I crazy? Like when I was younger, I thought anarchists were left-wing.
So the
maybe socially liberal, but
The reason that people have this, assumption that anarchy is left wing or whatnot is because the idea of fascism is portrayed as a right wing thing. And so people who want anarchy are usually, they're against fascism. But fascism is not a right wing thing. It's not a left wing thing either, by the way. Fascism is fucking fascism. It is a political ideology that is dominating, that is totalitarian, that is evil, regardless of whether it's left or right wing. So anarchy is considered a left wing ideology because it's actually anti-fascist. But fascism is not inherently left or right wing. It's just evil.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people also believe that anarchy means no rules. Like no. Anarchy means no government dictating the rules. There are rules in an anarchistic society, but you come to those rules together as a collective, and you have a high trust that people will operate on those rules because it's the right thing to do, not because someone is telling you to do it.
Right, but that also requires a pretty homogenous society, and that has its own set of issues if you don't have
exactly, which is why it'll never work. I know that
it's a utopian idea.
As a true anarchist utopia, it will never fucking happen for exactly the reason you said. So that's why I guess basically when it comes to policy, I'm a libertarian. I have to say I'm a libertarian.
Yeah, small as government as possible. Make sure everyone's armed. Make sure everyone's
exactly.
Yeah, I'm right there.
All right, let me find the YouTube. Let me find the speech that Charlie Kirk's wife made. We're gonna go over that. Mods, can I get a count so I know where we're at in terms of tier goals and whatnot? I didn't even grip properly. Just so y'all know, because I know that there's a lot of you here right now. We got fucking 142 you watching live.
Hell yeah!
Tier goals on this bitch. We do tier goals. When we hit $100, that's tier 1. I extend the stream and I invite those of you that have donated on the show to be part of the conversation. Tier 2. I have to spin a wheel of fucking torture. Oh my god, I forgot to do the watch party Discord for last week's wheel of torture. I guess if we hit tier 2, we'll be doing it twice. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a crazy week. So normally what happens when we hit tier 2, I spin a wheel of torture. I have to watch whatever often terrible, awful fucking movie you guys recommend, and then we talk about it on the next upcoming stream. Obviously, I
watch League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, dude. That's the worst movie ever made.
I love that movie.
It's such a horrible movie. It's so bad.
It's my guilty pleasure movie.
Oh, I saw that in theaters as a teenager. It was shit.
And then tier 3 hundo, I forsake my day off and we do a Sunday special stream. I normally don't stream on Sundays, but we hit tier 3, we do a Sunday special stream. And we try to make it more or less apolitical so that we can just have fun. We have apparently already hit tier 1, so we will be extending the show. Now, obviously, Zenny, Tebow, you guys aren't obligated to stay for the extended portion or whatnot, but we will be extending the show. If there's a donate can come on. Thank you so much for hitting tier 1. But yeah, just so you guys know that's where we're at. All right, let's see if I can find that speech.
No, I have not watched The Last Jedi, guys. That's why I'm saying freaking League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is the worst. Because I watched Force Awakens and I stopped. I was like, I'm done. That's it. No more.
I mean, watch half the slop that came out in the last 5 years. You go revisit League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and you're like, it's not that bad.
Maybe, but to be fair, I don't watch many movies anymore. Like once in a while, there'll be a gem that I'll have to make myself watch. But in general, I don't watch much film anymore.
All right, speaking of watching things, before we watch this, I want to go ahead and call out. We did get a couple of chats. Let's go ahead and address those. Let's see. Yeah, all right. So, Girthy Banana for a 5-banger. What we're doing is accountability. Culture, you say something so vile, you're going to have to explain it to the world and stand 10 toes down on what you said. Absolutely. Gray the Merch member for 7 months. Thank you so much, Gray. Appreciate you. Hey, y'all. We're in a time when malicious actions have consequences. This is fuck around, find out. Kirk's passing reveals who truly is human versus evil. Evil hides among us. Could not agree more. And we got Corn Boy with a 2-banger super sticker. Thank you so much, brother. Guys, for all of you, thank you so much. It means the absolute world to me. This is how we feel about black people around here.
I know now that it could never work between us. Not because you're a rabbit, but because you're black.
Not my boy, Kata.
Love you, Kata. Fuck the black.
My fellow short king over there.
You're short, Tebow?
Oh, God, yeah. I got an inch on Kata, and that's it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. If at any point either of you want me to pause this to have commentary or comments or whatnot to say the word, I will. This is 16 minutes, but you know what? We're going to go through all of it because I don't know about you guys. I have not seen this yet. So
I haven't watched it.
Oh, it's muted. Hold on a second. There we go. This is Charlie Kirk's wife.
Good evening. My name is Erica Kirk. Charlie Kirk is my husband. I first want to thank the local, state, and federal law enforcement who worked tirelessly to capture my husband's assassin so that he can be brought to justice. I want to thank the first responders who struggled heroically to save Charles's life, and the police who acted bravely to make sure that there were no other victims on that terrible afternoon. I want to thank the officers who have protected our Turning Point USA family these past 2 days. And I want to thank the Turning Point USA board, the COO, Justin Strife, and my husband's chief of staff, the amazing Mikey McCoy, for all their work in these terrible days to be the stability for our family and for the wider Turning Point USA family as well. My heart is with every one of my husband's employees who lost a friend and a mentor. I want to thank the staffers of his amazing Charlie Kirk show who helped him broadcast from this studio, this chair. Every day he loved it. He loved what he did. I want to thank the millions of people who have shown their love for Charlie here in Phoenix, across America, and worldwide. I want to thank my husband's dear friend, Vice President Vance, and his phenomenal wife, Usha, for their love and support. You guys honored my husband so well, bringing him home. You both are tremendous. I want to thank President Trump and his incredible family for the same. Mr. President, my husband loved you. And he knew that you loved him too. He did. Your friendship was amazing. You supported him so well, as did he for you. 2 days ago, my husband, Charlie, went to see the face of his Savior and his God. Charlie always said that when he was gone, he wanted to be remembered for his courage and for his faith. And one of the final conversations that he had on this earth, my husband witnessed for his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Now and for all eternity, he will stand at his Savior's side, wearing the glorious crown of a martyr. Charlie loved life. He loved his life. He loved America. He loved nature, which helped him always bring him closer to God. He loved the Chicago Cubs. And my goodness, did he love the Oregon Ducks. Want me to say go Ducks, so I have to since they play on Saturday. So go Ducks. But most of all, Charlie loved his children. And he loved me with all of his heart. And I knew that. Every day I knew that. He made sure I knew that every day. Every day he would ask me, how can I serve you better? How can I be a better husband? How can I be a better father? Every day. Every day. Such a good man. He still is a good man. He was the perfect father. He was the perfect husband. Charlie always believed that God's design for marriage and the family was absolutely amazing, and it is. It is, and it was the greatest joy of his life. And over and over, he would tell all these young people to come and find their future spouse, become wives and husbands and parents. And the reason why is because he wanted you all to experience what he had and still has. He wanted everyone to bring heaven into this earth through love and joy that comes from raising a family. It's beautiful. Charlie always said that if he ever ran for office, I know a lot of you asked if he ever was going to, but privately he told me if he ever did run for office that his top priority would be to revive the American family. That was his priority. One of Charlie's favorite Bible verses was Ephesians 5, verse 25. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. My husband laid down his life for me, for our nation, for our children. He showed the ultimate and true covenantal love. I will never, ever have the words to describe the loss that I feel in my heart. I honestly have no idea what any of this means. I know that God does, but I don't. But Charlie, baby, I know you do too. I know you do. So does our Lord. And our world is filled with evil. But our God, you guys, our God is so good. He's so incredibly good. And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose. Already I have seen the worldwide outpouring of love for my husband. I've heard the testimonies from people my husband inspired to get married, to start families, to seek out a relationship with God. It's the most important one of all. The evildoers responsible for my husband's assassination have no idea what they have done. They killed Charlie because he preached a message of patriotism, faith, and of God's merciful love. But they should all know this. If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country and this world. You have no idea. You have no idea the fire that you have ignited within this wife. The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry. To everyone listening tonight across America, the movement my husband built will not die. It won't. I refuse to let that happen. It will not die. All of us will refuse to let that happen. No one will ever forget my husband's name, and I will make sure of it. It will become stronger, bolder, louder, and greater than ever. My husband's mission will not end, not even for a moment. And one of Charlie's greatest talents was his ability, this phenomenal ability to choose great people to follow him. He could always find the ones who could handle any setback. And it's almost like he knew. He could see it in you. Even when you couldn't see it in yourself, he just knew. He knew you could handle it. You thought you only had 5% left, and he knew you had 15. He knew you were ready to go that extra mile even when you didn't. He always challenged people around him to work harder and to be better. He never gave up. And I love knowing that one of his mottos was never surrender. So I want to tell you that we'll never surrender. We never will. Ever. Ever. Our campus tour this fall will continue. There will be even more tours in the years to come. America Fest here in Phoenix this December will go on. It will be greater than ever. The radio and podcast show that he was so proud of will go on. And in a world filled with chaos, doubt, and uncertainty, my husband's voice will remain. And it will ring out louder and more clearly than ever. And his wisdom will endure. My favorite too, but my husband's favorite word in the English language was earn. He would call all of you to be people of action who earn the future America deserves. So to all of the young people who felt inspired by my husband's faith and hard work, all of you already know what Charlie would want you to do. You know. You know. If you're in high school or if you're in college, go find your local Turning Point USA chapter. Join it. Stay involved. He wants you to make a difference. And you can. You can. The movement's not going anywhere, and it will only grow stronger when you join it. If there isn't a chapter, you can't find one, then start one. There is no excuse. You can start one. And as my husband used to say in this room every single day, if you want to get involved, the best way you can do that is going to tpusa.com. That's what he would say every day from this chair. Every single day. I watched his show every day, and he would always say, if you want to get involved, go to tpusa.com. If you're a pastor, join our movement at TPUSA Faith. And if you're a parent, I highly recommend that you come to America Fest in December. Sign up right now for that because we would love to see you. I would love to see you. Charlie would. He'll be there. He'll be there in spirit. Bring your kids, bring your family. But most important of all, if you aren't a member of a church, I beg you to join one. A Bible-believing church. Our battle is not simply a political one. Above all, it is spiritual. It is spiritual. The spiritual warfare is palpable. Charlie loved his Savior with all of his heart, and he wanted every one of you to know him too. He wanted everyone to know that if they confess the Lord Jesus Christ who rose from the dead, then they will be saved. Hear me when I say this, nobody is ever too young to know the gospel. Nobody. Nobody is ever too young to get involved with saving this beautiful country. This country my husband loved and still loves. And nobody is ever too old either. There's no age limit. I know my husband is still here. He's watching over us. I don't remember the last time I slept. I couldn't sleep last night. And Charlie, baby. Charlie, I promise I will never let your legacy die, baby. I won't. I promise I'll make Turning Point USA the biggest thing that this nation has ever seen. I promise. Oh, Charlie, I love you. I love you, baby. Rest in the arms of our Lord as he blankets you with the words I know your heart always strived to hear. Well done, my good and faithful servant. When I got home last night, Gigi, our daughter, just ran into my arms. And I talked to her and she said, Mommy, I missed you. I said, I miss you too, baby. She goes, where's Daddy? What do you tell a 3-year-old? She's 3. I said, baby, Daddy loves you so much. Don't you worry. He's on a work trip with Jesus, so he can afford your blueberry budget. And my goodness, am I so humbled to witness, Charlie, you alongside Jesus right now, doing what you always want to do, baby. Making heaven crowded, right? That's what it's all about. Making heaven crowded. I can't wait to see you again one day. Thank you all again who love my husband, who supported him, who wrote him an email every single day during his radio show. He read all of them. All of them. God bless you all. And may God bless America.
That was a rough watch.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
Cindy, you all right back there, girly?
I'm okay.
That was poignant. Really don't know. I mean, where do we go from here? And team, we've got more. We're gonna go over the stuff that you sent me earlier. You sent a TED Talk in there. TikTok. I saw in the chat earlier. Paul Byersmith said she will need protection at all point. She's gonna need constant protection. It's interesting that Paul said that because
and protect those babies.
So we got this right here.
Y'all saying Charlie too much? My bed's starting to float. Y'all saying his name too much. Like, I'm looking. Ooh, and someone need to get the wife too. Fuck her. She just as motherfucking trifling. Fuck the wife. Fuck the wife. I'm not even gonna say the name because if it applies, then get her. Y'all saying Charlie too much? My bed's starting to float. Y'all saying
deport him.
Apparently he's in China. Somebody said he lives in China. So I don't know how he lives in China, but therefore I'm replied to somebody else and said he lives in China.
Well, then good. He's a communist living in a communist country. He did the right thing.
Well, there you go.
This isn't political differences. I mean, we can't live with these sorts of people. This goes beyond political differences. I don't. People were up in arms the other day about Trump's, supposed flag burning law or whatnot. To me, it made fucking sense. Like, he didn't make it illegal, to burn flags. It's if you're burning a flag, in a public place, it is an incitement of violence. Like, there's already laws about incitement of violence. It makes fucking sense.
Well, to be fair, burning anything in a public place without a permit is a crime.
Exactly.
As I understand it. So,
yeah. This is
what the fuck?
There's a difference between arguing whether, again, you want high taxes, should homos be allowed to be married, shit like that, versus what this isn't a political movement. What these people on the left are asking for, calling for, isn't a political thing. I don't know what you would call it.
You said it already. It's evil.
Well, I mean, this goes back to the whole. Again, clearly, if this person's not in the U.S., then U.S. law doesn't apply, and there's not much you can do about it. But where do you draw the line between, it's free speech, it's just a joke, and literal incitement to violence? I mean, again, we've already said incitement to violence is not covered by free speech.
Putting LOL in a harmful statement where you actually say, hey, you should KO that person does not make it a joke.
No softening language here. Kill. You should kill that person. That's the word that should be used, because that's. I mean, they don't dance around and mince words and whatnot.
It's
They
not
say-
that
they
I'm
say it out.
dancing around or mincing words. Is that if I actually said the word, I would burst into tears again, and I'd like to avoid.
No, I'm not getting on to you. I'm just saying in general. Like that dude in the video we just watched said, "Kill her too." Like they're not being coy. They're not coding language. They are saying abhorrent, evil shit. And YouTube TOS whatever be damned. Like, no, there's no. This is not. I ain't gonna mince words.
I'm confused how we're the UK now because incitement of violence is not allowed. I'm really confused by this concept.
I'm curious about that as well. Last I checked, UK, you're getting arrested for fucking tweets where they're letting Muslims rape their 9-year-old girls. That's
People got arrested for memes, not saying, "Hey, that person should be shot and killed." I mean, there is a difference, right? I'm not crazy. I haven't lost my mind, right?
Again, like free speech covers just about everything. You can say just about anything under free speech. We have very, very few rules. One of the few things you can't do is call for violence and have that violence be enacted and whatnot. Like it's a pretty simple rule, right? And whether you like that rule or not, that is the way our laws work. You can say, "Oh, I don't like that." All right, fair enough, change the law. But those are our laws right now. And those laws should be adhered to. Those rules should be adhered to. And if you don't like them, change the rules. You cannot call it is now. Is that a law that's often enforced? No, because most of the time people do not have the political or cultural power to actually incite violence. Most people don't have that power. That's a power reserved for us to let you. But it is against the law, 100%.
I mean, incitement is not protected by the First Amendment. Speech that advocates for or promotes lawless action, violence,
share
or
your screen.
illegal conduct.
Let's show that off. Let's show that off. Share your screen, Tebow.
Yeah. Let me get this for you. Hang on. How the hell do I do that? I don't use Streamlabs.
It's a
There we go,
button
got
next
it.
to the camera. Yeah.
All right. And this is just a Google summary. And again, I understand Google is ass, AI is ass, but it's going to pull from a variety of things, right? So it's going to pull from different sources. So again, no, incitement is not protected by the First
good.
Amendment.
Use dark mode. You're not so.
I'm not crazy, man. Come on. Speech that advocates for or promotes lawless action, violence, or illegal conduct is considered unprotected and can be punished if it's directed or inciting to producing imminent lawless action and is likely to incite or produce such action, according to Brandenburg versus Ohio standard. What the First Amendment protects most forms of speech, but this protection is not absolute. It ensures that the government cannot suppress ideas or opinions, even if those are unpopular or controversial, such as Charlie Kirk.
You don't like the law
Incitement is
changed, but that's the
speech.
fucking law, and this law needs to be it needs to be held upon.
Incitement is speech that advocates illegal action or the use of force, is directed to producing imminent lawless action, and is likely to do so. Guess what? The man's wife was just shot. Saying somebody should get, or the wife's husband was just shot. Somebody saying get the wife now is incitement. This is like grade school level. Oh my God.
Yeah, when you've got somebody who has the cultural weight, as Charlie Kirk did, and someone says now kill his wife as well. Yeah, that is literal incitement. Like, by definition, again, there is legal precedent right here.
Yeah. Well, I think we're not convincing anybody, so I'm just gonna move on.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so here we go. We got this as well. I'm gonna start pulling up some of the stuff that you sent me earlier. Give me one moment here. So we got this right here. CEO of Epic Games says the mocking Charlie Kirk's death is unproblematic because it's protected by the Constitution. What amendment says? Okay, let's make sure my DM's wrong. What amendment says you can't diss someone? Not seeing it here. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment or religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or express or the right of people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. My tweet isn't some veiled partisan political commentary. Clemson's statement is simply wrong about the Constitution, and public universities should know better. The Constitution and the right to vigorously criticize is supposed to be constant through these times. Now, again,
this is in response to the president-elect of the Oxford Union, correct? I actually hadn't heard what he said. I haven't heard his statements.
Let's take a look. Give me one moment here. All right, let's take a look here. Whoops. Oxford Union president-elect condemned for Charlie Kirk comments.
Oh, it's about
the
Clemson.
Oxford Union is.
I'm sorry.
What was that?
Apparently, it's about Clemson, not about Oxford. They're saying in the chat.
Oh, Clemson. Okay, hold on. We'll fix that then. All right.
I mixed up the two, I guess.
CLEMSON, correct?
CLEMS. Yes, you got it.
All right. There we go. Clemson University released a statement on the deeply inappropriate remarks about Charlie Kirk's death. Let's go ahead and just. We'll
An upstate employment attorney says the First Amendment offers limited protection to what people post online.
And since Charlie Kirk's assassination, current and former employees of Clemson University and Greenville County Schools have brought attention to their comments online. Array Arena reports on how what people say online can affect them at work.
Employment attorney Matt Osmond says that people can be terminated or disciplined over their social media posts, saying that whether or not they identify as an employee of that company, they are an extension of them and their brand. On Thursday, Greenville County Schools confirmed one of its teachers was no longer employed following a social media post he made following Charlie Kirk's assassination. On Friday, Clemson University addressed the professor's online comments, which South Carolina Attorney General Al Wilson, who is a candidate for governor, called vile and reprehensible. The university responded by saying they condemn expressions that glorify political violence, and they will take appropriate action for speech that constitutes a genuine threat, which is not protected by the Constitution. Osmond says that First Amendment protections on freedom of speech apply to government retaliation, not a private employer.
We do have a statute in South Carolina that protects employees from being retaliated against purely political speech. So if you said, I like candidate A, and your employer came and fired you for that, you could potentially have a case. But that wouldn't apply to things that are like hate speech or threats or things like that.
Osmond says that courts have a legal test to determine whether or not a person's content is considered vile. He says being fired by a private employer over what someone posts online is not a violation of the First Amendment. Osmond recommends that all companies have a social media policy, saying that's the easiest way for both the employer and the employee to know what's expected of their comments online. Reporting in Greenville, Ray Arena, WYFF, News 4.
What was the statement? I was reading chat. What did I miss it? What was the thing?
I didn't see the statement. No, from the Clemson teacher. I didn't see the statement either. I'm going to look for it now. And while I look for it, I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. Now, I'm of two schools of thought. One, you should be able to say whatever, so long as it is, constitutionally protected speech. And that there should be no say in the matter. That being said, I'm also for the right of private businesses to, have whatever rules, regulations, whatnot on the books that they want to have because it's a fucking private business. Now, where those two collide is a difficult line to walk. But at the end of the day, I err on the side of I do not think that most businesses should have a social media policy because if you're I'll put it this way, the social media policy should, in my opinion, only extend to when you are at work, when you are on hours, whatnot, because at that point you are, you have a job, you're representing the company, the whole nine. And what is said outside of work hours or the work structure shouldn't matter. With the exception being unless it is quite literally illegal activity.
Yeah, it gets muddy, right? That's the thing. It's like, because personal account versus I'm an employee of a company and I have a work account. As if you're posting something on a personal account versus work, at least you are doing the bare minimum to separate your comments from the company itself. Now, for example, when you have companies like, let's say you have the extreme, like here in Washington, we've had the crazy ass, like the coffee shops where it's like everybody who works there is a communist. They're all lesbian, transgenders. They all have the shaved heads. And they're all politically aligned. If you tried to go to that company and say, look what your person posted on social media, the boss would say, yeah, I agree with them. So what? Again, there's nothing legally you can do because the person has free speech. They have the right to say what they want, and they work for a company that's going to support them because they're all aligned politically. Now, coffee shops like that have actually gone out of business, which is hilarious because nobody goes there. And that kind of is exactly what you'd expect because most people find those people reprehensible. But at the same time,
and that was the
it's
argument
like,
I made on my stream yesterday, mind you. It was like, in my opinion, as a business, you should be able to deny service to a black person, for example. And if you do that, the free hand of the market will decide. They'll tell people on social media, they'll tell their friends, hey, this is a racist establishment. They said that, black people aren't welcome here. I think that, restaurants, businesses, whatever, should be allowed to deny you service for whatever reason, and you let the free hand of the market decide. And if that business goes out of business because, the populace has decided we're not going to support this business because they don't like black people, good. That's the market deciding.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the all-white neighborhood that they're trying to start in that one. I can't remember what the compound is. They're trying to create this
Arkansas,
neighborhood
I believe, right? In Arkansas?
Yeah, that's all white, right? And the argument is, okay, that's racist, that's bigoted, and you go, okay, that's fair, but at the same time, as a black person, why would you want to live there? If you know that they're all white and they don't want minorities around, then why would you want to live among those people? So it's kind of like that catch-22 as well. But no, the social media side of it, the comments you make on personal versus work, I think that does get to be at least where there's a separation. But again, employers still can say, you said this completely disgusting thing. People know you work for me. I don't want to have you as an employee. They're within their legal bounds to do that. It's, again, that goes back to everyone's gonna have different opinion about this entire thing being cancel culture or not, and how comfortable they are with that.
Cindy, what about you? I see you back there. You Googling something. You trying to find something?
Oh, yeah. I was trying to go off of what Wargaming Dad was saying. He said he didn't read SCOTUS. He read the AI message. So I was going to go look for it.
Sounds good. While you're doing that, I'm going to hit these chats real quick. Toxic member for 4 months. What up, brother? Thank you so much. So many of my coworkers got fired. A CEO had to send email memo on social media policy. Damn. Girthy Banana for a 2-banger says, that's got to go. Enzo, member for 8 months. No one's in chat. JK. Daxnar, member, 2-banger. Leon, could you not? Cannot what? Share all this disgusting, vile shit. People gotta know. J Martin with a 10-banger. I've come around to being grateful for all these people expressing their disgusting, totally baseless hatred. Let everyone see what's in their hearts. We hear you loud and fucking clear. Oh, we lost Tebow.
Oh, hello.
I'm sure he'll be back in a moment. Your audio's still there, it looks like. Sounds like.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know where my webcam went, though. Holy shit. Hang on a sec. It switched to Elgato, and I don't even have Elgato anymore. I gave my kid my capture card. What the hell's going on?
Well, in the interim, you all sent me this. This is an official post from Microsoft. We are aware of the views expressed by a small subset of our employees regarding recent events. We take matters like this very seriously, and we are currently reviewing each individual situation. Comments celebrating violence against anyone are unacceptable and do not align with our values. Here's the dealio. It's the same fucking company that's willing to change their profile picture to be all fucking rainbow and shit during a certain month here in America, but not their Arab division. Not their. I don't give a fuck about what these companies are saying in terms of like, we take this seriously. No, you didn't. No, you don't. Not the slightest. You're saying what you need to say now because it's the politically correct thing to say. Just like how when you change your fucking rainbow flag colors in gyms because it's the politically correct thing to do. It's disingenuous bullshit on all fronts.
That was how I felt when all these companies this year decided to be like, oh, men's mental health, whatever the hell that is, mental health awareness month or day or whatever. Mental health awareness. God, that Guinness apparently kicked in. Dude, no, honestly, like everyone was like, oh, they're all praising these companies for doing it. It's like they're doing the bare minimum, and it's still virtue signaling. It's just virtue signaling to straight white men or men in general or straight men or whatever you want it to say. Like they're trying to virtue signal to the other side of the aisle. I
remember you saying that on your stream, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it's stupid. Anybody who was impressed by that, I'm like, you're impressed by somebody doing the bare minimum, and it means nothing. It means as little to them as when they switched to the rainbow flag in June. It doesn't mean anything. It's hollow virtue signaling.
What is this? You shared this as well. I haven't looked at it yet. Rolling Stone, the left whines about getting fired, celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. Just send them this as a reminder. Okay. White cancel culture is good for democracy. History has shown us that those in power are obsessed with turning any form of accountability into a phenomenon, that is intended to bring us to sudden doom. You know, I'm starting to believe cancel culture might be good. I am. I'm starting to believe cancel culture might be a good thing. I'm kind of starting to feel like we've been too soft. We didn't go hard enough. We tried to have the moral high ground, and look where it's gotten us.
I mean, it's really funny that everyone talks about how dangerous. Here's another thing that pisses me off, and this is something I actually posted today on Twitter. A lot of people doing this whole, well, live by the sword, die by the sword. Hey, I'm sure you've seen people saying that shit, right?
Not that exact phrase, but the equivalent of it. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. You understand
by the way,
the context.
I could be wrong on this, but I think that if we were to ask Charlie, if his views or whatnot changed, no, I think that he'd be like, yeah, this was a good death.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, he accomplished more in 13 years than most people will in their lifetime. So, I mean, for real, it's like he did a lot of good. But the thing about that phrase that really pisses me off, it's like, can you find one example? This is when people bring up the whole George Floyd thing and try to compare him with Charlie Kirk. I'm like, okay, find me one example anytime. Find it in a criminal record. Find it in his past. Talk to his friends from high school. Talk to kids he grew up with. Did he ever bully somebody, beat somebody up, physically put hands on somebody, threaten somebody with a weapon, attack somebody? No. So he advocated for 2A. Okay. That's what they have on him. Live by the sword, die by the sword. He didn't take a gun to his speeches. He didn't take a gun to his events. He straight up sat there and talked to people. The context of the live by the sword, die by the sword is straight up from the Bible when Peter cuts off the guard's ear when they come to arrest Jesus, right? That's the context. And Jesus says those who live by the sword will perish by the sword. In that moment, Peter was the shooter. Okay. Peter is not the one that's, sitting back like Charlie Kirk and just talking to people. He actually drew his weapon and drew first blood. And that's the shooter. So people saying live by the sword, die by the sword are full of shit. They don't know what they're talking about.
So I was having I had this thought. It fleeted. Hold on a sec. That was where'd it go? Give me a sec. It's
all good. It's been a long week.
I thought it was a poignant thought. Shit.
Man, I staggered you there.
All right. Well, while I wait, try and get it back. This one here as well. Office Depot / Office Max. We are deeply concerned by the incident that occurred at store 3382 in Portage, Michigan. The behavior displayed. Hey, Mama Akko Ray, thank you so much. Truly appreciated. Akko might be joining us on the stream. We'll see. Sent the link. Said that after stream, maybe depends on how well it's going. But yes, Akko Raid, thank you so much. Truly appreciated. The behavior displayed by our associates is completely unacceptable and sensitive, violates our company policies, does not reflect on the values we uphold at Office Depot. We sincerely apologize to the customer fed to our community for the regrettable situation. Upon learning the incident, we immediately reached out to the customer to address their concerns, to fulfill their order to their satisfaction. We also launched an immediate internal review, and as a result, the associate involved is no longer with the organization. We are committed to reinforcing training with all team members to ensure our standards of respect, integrity, and customer service are upheld at every location. Our customers and communities deserve nothing less. That's the politics of Office Depot employees who refuse to print the poster memorializing Charlie Kirk today. And what a shock! Look at what it looks like.
The third guy who's off camera right there is some big heavyset white dude with like this weird blonde comb over thing going on. It's like I don't know where they found these three. I swear to God. Well, clearly at Office Depot, but
check DMs.
Check DMs.
Or private message. I'm sorry.
Perfect. Brandenburg versus Ohio, 1969. The Supreme Court ruled that speech calling for violence is not protected if it is intended to incite imminent lawless action, is likely to produce that action. Abstract advocacy of violence, however, remains protected. Bingo, bango, bongo. There it is. There it is.
Again, I think after a guy gets shot, abstract is not going to apply when his wife is having calls for her to be killed.
Yeah,
I don't
agreed.
think that's abstract.
I would
again, we can all agree to disagree on that one. I'm not going to shed a tear over that. I don't care, but we can just agree to disagree.
So I vaguely remember what I was going to bring up. So it's going to sound conspiratorial, and I frankly don't care. I know that the news is reporting that this was a, Antifa terrorists, this, that, and the other. I still, to this point, I believe it was an inside job. I believe it was a, okay, yes. You were talking about, people's character and whatnot. You were talking about, character assassination. And you were saying that Charlie Kirk, he was a good guy. You go back into, you talk to his friends, his family, throughout all of history. The reason I believe this was, that this was an actual assassination, in terms of like this being a hit job.
We're talking like 3-letter agency hit job, or are we talking just like?
Yes. And the reason I believe that is I think about Martin Luther King Jr. Before Martin Luther King Jr. was killed, what did they do? They tried to ruin his name. They exposed that he cheated on his wife, that he, didn't uphold the morals that he preached, things to that effect. They tried to smear his public image. And when that didn't work, they killed him. I'm of the belief that there was no image to smear for Charlie. He didn't have anything that they could use to ruin him. He didn't ever commit any sort of infidelity. He didn't, he was not a hypocrite in any of his core beliefs. And because there was nothing they could use, they had, they just took him out.
See, this is the funny thing. I wasn't aware of all the MLK stuff until recently, a couple of years ago, and I started hearing about all the FBI reports and stuff coming out. Was this something that was well known at the time? Or was it just something that they tried to get circulating and it just didn't gain traction?
I'm of the understanding that they tried to get circulating and it didn't gain traction, and so they were not able to ruin his. Now, obviously, it's a whole lot more difficult to do in the '60s when you don't have the internet and whatnot to get stuff like that to gain traction. But yeah, my understanding is that they tried to smear his name publicly, and either it didn't gain traction or his message was so powerful people didn't care. Like, yeah, he fucks around on his wife. That's bad and all. But we still kind of think the blacks should have equal rights, that sort of thing.
It was actually worse than that. From what I read, it was actually not just cheating on his wife, but actual rape is what I've, like when I was watching the documentary, like when they were going over the documents on Lotus Eaters a year or two ago, there were actual allegations of like raping people and all that. And or being present, he was present with other people who were raping women. So even though he didn't do the rape himself, but still.
And whether that's true or not, I mean, because I'll be real, I don't know, and we never will know.
We'll never know for sure.
But it only highlights my point that like basically they killed MLK because they could not kill him in the court of public opinion, so they had to literally kill him. And I do think that's what happened to Charlie Kirk. I don't really know if it's disrespectful to say, but that's what I believe. I don't know how you guys feel on that.
I mean, I'm pretty much down to believe that 90% of what's out there is a conspiracy from some 3-letter shadowy agency. I mean, I wouldn't put it past. Look, we the last 4 or 5 years, we've seen the depths that our government will stoop to. So nothing surprises me anymore, to be honest.
Cindy, what about you? What do you think?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Do you think this is
typing away over there?
Do you think this is a hit job by a 3-letter agency or by someone in some sort of shadow government operation?
I kind of agree with TiVo. I mean, like, I feel that it's entirely possible. It could be from any side. It doesn't matter. But chances of it being like a setup, yeah, it's possible.
Do you know when the government acknowledged MK Ultra?
Officially acknowledged, or when it was
officially acknowledged to the public? Yeah.
I don't know when it was officially acknowledged.
When was the first time you heard about MK Ultra?
First time I heard about it was as a kid in the movie Conspiracy Theory with Mel Gibson and Julia Roberts.
Bingo, bango, bong. You heard about it as a kid. So what, 90s, give or take?
90s, yeah.
Most of us did. I remember hearing about MK Ultra, back then. Everyone knew it was everyone knew it was real. It wasn't a conspiracy. Everyone knew it was real. Government didn't officially acknowledge MK Ultra until 2013.
Damn.
That's insane.
So if they didn't officially acknowledge it until 2013, this was happening in the 60s. What are they doing now, and when will we learn about it?
So think about with the documents about aliens and all that from outer space, right? Where we're hearing about this now, it was a thing back in what, the 60s. When did Area 51 become a thing that people talked about? So
I believe it was established, I believe, in 54,
Right. So
I don't think
mid-50s.
that people started like really talking about it until 70s to the 80s.
Right. So we're decades behind finding out actual data. And they release it in such small pieces, and they always do it during like a crazy, tumultuous time that it's kind of like, whoa, that's crazy. Oh, there's another crazy thing. Oh, look, now we got a war in Russia or some shit going on. It's like there's always something else to distract us from it.
Well, I'm pretty sure that the government didn't acknowledge the existence of Area 51 until like 2006. Hold on, I'm gonna fact check that one because
I got you off the
it's
side
also
tangent
relatively
now.
recent. When did the government acknowledge? Yep, Area 51. Oh, that was also 2013.
Okay.
Also
What
2013.
made them
Again, we
acknowledge
knew it
these
was
things?
real. Everyone knew Area 51 existed. There was, like you say, movies that talk about it. Fucking Indiana Jones, for God's sake. But they did not officially acknowledge existence until 2013.
What made them
Yeah.
talk about it?
Go ahead.
Probably the fact that at this point everyone knows, so they may as well come clean. Probably somebody put in a FOIA request, and they're like, you know what? At this point, everyone it's in Hollywood movies. Everyone talks about it. We can't hide it anymore.
But think about the coincidence that, again, Area 51 was talked about mainly in which movie? Think about our childhood. I mean, I'm a little bit older than you, but what movie came out when I was
Independence Day?
There you go. And again, the dad, Jeff Goldblum's dad in the movie, was the crazy conspiratorial one that was all like, oh, Area 51's a real place. And then they're like, oh, no, it's actually real. They revealed to us the things that were real at certain points in time because they knew they couldn't hide it anymore. But they first introduced it through films to sensationalize it so that when the real story came out, they can say, oh, yeah, it's not really that crazy. But yeah, here it is real. So,
well, so I'll talk about this often because it rarely comes up. It's really relevant. When I was around 13 or so my grandfather, I've talked about him a little bit before on streams and whatnot. My grandfather was he was special forces. He had very high security clearance, the whole nine. And he told me years ago, I mean, again, I was probably 13 or whatever, so we're talking mid 2000s, or that Area 51's real. He's been there, but it doesn't. He's like, there's no aliens, nothing like that. Like it's not like you say on TV. But it's all about very advanced aircraft. And, you know, he said the old adage is like they're like 30 years ahead of whatever you think they are. Whatever you think they're doing, they're about 30 years ahead. You know, I've been there. It's super advanced aircraft. And then he told me, he's like, I can't say much more because even though I'm no longer in the military or whatnot, I am for my whole lifetime, I am bound by certain rules, certain laws, and it will be considered treason if I tell you any further.
Damn.
Like that is what he told me when I was a fucking kid. There's things he's got certain things that happened in Nam when he was there. He's like, I legally cannot tell you these stories.
Oh my God, Leon, I just read the best comment in your chat. Holy shit.
What'd it say?
From Philonetic. Alrighty, I'm new here, but whoever dude on the top left needs a shower, a toothbrush, and a job. I don't do conspiracy theories, please.
I mean, if you don't do conspiracy theories, that's fine. But last I checked, MK Ultra was real. The Tuskegee experiments were fucking real.
I mean, dude, they just released like a month ago that they were dropping. What was it that they were dropping in? Which city is it that resembles Moscow? You saw this, right? I think I sent it to you on Twitter.
Did you?
But they were testing out some. They were testing out a chemical on like a urban city full of black people in like the 70s or something because it had a similar.
In fact, we're going to be covering that somewhere on Tinfoil Haters.
The fog. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in. I believe it was wasn't it a coastal California town?
I can't remember. I thought it was more like Midwest or something.
No, because we're talking about the same story. Oh, go for it.
No, I'm just reading chat, dude. Someone said San Francisco fog.
Yeah, because it was released from naval ships that it was billed as to the populace. Oh, this is just a routine training session or whatnot, and that's why these naval ships are up on the coast. Canada also had experienced that strange fog last year. Interesting.
Someone said Detroit. Someone says St. Louis sounds right. St. Louis. That sounds right.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was St. Louis. I mean, again, St. Louis. I mean, they've got one of the most heavily concentrated black populations in the U.S. I go to St. Louis all the time. I say
St.
strap when I go
Louis
to St. Louis.
fog refers to a Cold War era U.S. Army chemical testing program, which zinc cadmium sulfide fog was secretly sprayed over areas of St. Louis, exposing a largely black and low-income population to harmful chemicals. Yeah, it was St. Louis.
So yeah, we're actually talking about two different things then. Damn.
Yeah.
And yes, I do brush my teeth every fucking day.
When I was on Smash's stream a couple days ago, there was somebody giving me shit over my beard, and I'm like, you know what? I don't care. The thing grows on its own. I'm not even gonna say like I'm not even gonna.
I'm jealous of your beard. I wish I could grow a beard like that, man. This is the
I
best I can
it's
fucking
the
do.
full on
So jealous.
Mujahideen thing going on here, man.
Paul says, "Is it the fog that made the frogs gay?" But here's the thing: that was another crazy Alex Jones conspiracy theory. Turns out again he was right. Now really they're making them trans, not gay. But even so, he was correct.
Elements of it were true. Yeah.
Yeah. Does it worry y'all how much we have to put quarters in the Alex Jones was right jar? Because it's been real common. I don't give a fuck that he may have been wrong about the was it Uvalde shooting? No,
Yeah, that was not Uvalde. It was Sandy Hook. That was brutal.
Sandy Hook.
That
Thank you.
was-
Yeah, Sandy Hook.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. He might have been wrong about that. He's got a pretty goddamn good track record.
And honestly, like I looked at the Sandy Hook thing, I understand that there were some weird circumstances. It's unfortunate because it's at that point now where it's like you could be like, okay, what he said was terrible and evil, and he never should have said it. Okay, but I can understand the things that he was looking at, why he believed it wasn't real. And again, we've seen this. We've seen things pop up here and there, and you go, okay, I don't have proof that the Uvalde school shooting didn't happen. You know what? I'm not going to go drive over there and visit the graves and dig up the graves of 9 kids or however many kids that died just to prove that I'm right. So I'm going to take it for what it is and say, yes, the school shooting happened. But I can understand when people look at things and go, something about this seems off. That's everyone's got detectors that pick up on things that just don't sit right.
Right. Well, and that is, again, back to the Charlie Kirk stuff. That's why. So at the same time, and again, we talked about this on stream. You were sending me info. At the same time that the Charlie Kirk assassination happened, there was a school shooting in Colorado, one state over.
Right.
The fact that it was all the day before 9/11. I'm sorry, like maybe they're all coincidences. School shooting, Charlie Kirk killed, day before 9/11. Maybe those are coincidences, but let me tell you, it's a really fucking weird line of coincidences.
Right, and I look at that more not as a fake school shooting, but as a planned. I look at way more like I'm on the side of again the MK Ultra side of things than anything else.
The Alex Jones stuff is so weird because, I mean, a civil suit and he's charged $1.5 billion in damages.
Yeah, well, that was to prove a point. That was to shut him up.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. Like that is the silencing of an individual. There's no, I mean, and anybody that I can't imagine not being able to realize that. Like when homie was in there, I don't do conspiracy theories. Those are like the brain rot sheep that like you'll never reach. You'll never. If you can't think outside the realm of, well, this is possible, then I don't know what to tell you.
You mean people that are still wearing masks thinking it's going to protect them from COVID? I mean, and look, I can understand from a scientific standpoint wearing a mask if you're sick because you're trying to contain your spittle. Fair enough. You don't want to sneeze and cough on people. Fair enough. But again, for a lot of people, it became a religion. It became like a weird fetish faith that they had.
Man, I got into an altercation, not really, a verbal altercation with a dude. I was in Michigan in February at the peak of COVID. I was traveling. And I was in Michigan in February. The point I'm getting at is it was fucking cold. It was fucking freezing.
Oh yeah.
Now, and I've been anti-mask from the jump. I never wore a mask the whole 9. So when I was driving around in Michigan, I had a mask on in my car because the heat didn't work in the car. And so I get out of the liquor store and there's a dude that pulled up right next to me. He's like, "Why are you wearing a mask in your car? You commie hippie." And like, I was like, whatever it is. But the reason I was doing it was warm. It was warm, dude. The heat didn't work, and I am in Michigan in February.
It backfired on you, man. Holy shit. That's terrible.
It did. I was like, I'm the most anti-mask motherfucker out there for any sort of political purposes. but it's cold right now. Like,
the funny thing is I had the opposite happen because the first few weeks, it was like, my wife and I were like, we just don't know what's going on. We had some kids, actually, ironically, we were at the first wave of COVID. So back in 2019, in November, we had kids at our local school that were all getting sick, and it was going around. One of the families had gone on a mission trip to China, and I shit you not, a month before. And then they come back and they're all like really sick. And then everyone else in our kids' school is getting sick. So we actually had the whole run of COVID prior to 2020, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Christmas week. All of us were rotating through the bathroom, throwing up, shitting ourselves and all that kind of crap. So we went through it before anybody else did, I'm pretty sure. But at that point, the first few months of it, it was like, okay, we're not sure what to expect. Our kids were still pretty young, and we're like, all right, well, we're just going to try to play it safe. Then it turned into, oh no, masks everywhere you go, 6 feet apart. You got to make sure you have all this shit. And it's like,
they put the fucking tape lines on the grocery store. Like, you have to walk in this fashion.
Dude, I had to work outdoor retail events, outdoor, like farmer's market, outdoor type stuff, right? Open air. People had to be, the booths had to be 10 feet apart. People had to walk around tape, like follow the arrows because they weren't allowed to intersect and mingle. The gal that was running it had like a bullhorn. She's yelling at people to just keep walking the same direction, right? And you're supposed to try to like sell stuff at these events. There's just no way. You can't. And yeah, my point is, at that point, I had a very short beard. And even then, once you have a beard, you try to put a mask on. It's not staying on. I didn't care about keeping it up. Once I go into a store, I'm like, okay, it's coming off. I don't give a shit. But I'm walking into Costco with my family, and I literally have some Karen at the door yelling at me to pull my mask up. I'm like, I've got a beard. This thing ain't staying up. And the dude is like, well, you can be nice to her about it. I'm like, I don't need 2 moms. Okay. It's awkward now because I still see that guy 5 years later and we just kind of nod at the door and it's like, yeah, I'm not putting that shit back on, man. It's not happening.
When, so February 2020 rolls around and at this point, we didn't know, we as in like a populace didn't know that COVID had hit the U.S. or whatnot. Because, I mean, they've been reporting it in China since like November, December of 2019 and whatnot. And I had heard about COVID, watched a lot of Tim Pool, shit like that. And so February rolls around, and the last movie I saw in theaters was Sonic the Hedgehog. It was released February 2020. It was the live action Sonic movie. And I'd been so excited for this movie. I had been so fucking excited for it because I'm a huge Sonic fan. So the release rolls around, and I'm feeling like dog shit, dude. I'm feeling awful now. In my mind, it's not COVID. Like, I didn't even think about it being COVID. It's like, oh, I've got flu or whatnot. Now, years later, I really know it was probably a very early case of COVID. But in my mind, I'm like, I don't care how sick I am. I'm not missing the opening day of Sonic the Hedgehog. And so I went to the theater sick as fuck, just feeling like garbage with what was probably COVID. And in my mind, I may have killed some people to see Sonic opening day, and I'm all right with it. It was worth it. It was goddamn worth it. I went to that theater, and your boy was a Sonic super spreader, and I didn't give a fuck.
The funniest thing to come out of COVID, in my opinion, was people actually realizing, you know what? Maybe when your employees are sick, you should let them stay home. That was like the only good thing to come out of COVID, in my opinion, was that it's like, hey, you know what? If your employee has 102 fever and they can't stop coughing, maybe you shouldn't say, if you don't come into work, you're fired. Maybe let them stay home, rest for a day, eat some chicken soup, and not get everybody else sick,
Yep. Work from home was real nice, man. I like work from home. Guys.
COVID. I had a great time at home. I said I had a good time during COVID. I just played video games.
Man, I was like, for the first bout of COVID, I was so weak and shit. I couldn't even muster up the energy to do it. Like, it did. Look, COVID sucked. I'm not saying like, obviously I'm very anti-lockdown, anti the way the government handled it, but like, as a illness itself, it sucked, dude. It was probably second or third sickest I've ever been in my life.
We all had it differently. Like two of my kids were puking and crapping for a week. And then my son and he and I just kind of had it for like 24, 48 hours. And that was it.
Yeah, I was good for 2 days. But those 2 days.
It's so weird, And for some of us, we've had like the whole, oh yeah, you can't smell anything for like 3 weeks or whatever. But
I never had the lack of smell. Like, even when I was sick with it, I never had the lack of smell.
When I'm sick, I can't smell anyways. I mean, sinuses are always jacked up when you're sick. So I couldn't tell the difference, to be honest.
Let me go ahead and hit these supers because we're at the 2-hour mark. It's time to bring those of you that have donated on the show because we did hit tier 1. Thank you. All right, let's see. We got Demon Carolyn for 4 months. Thank you so much, brother. Truly appreciate you. Says, like the feminist cafe in Sydney that would charge men 30% extra and force men to side for a woman in the for a woman in the line. And then part 2, on the bright side, they shut down a couple years later. I remember when they shut down. I remember that story. Absolutely. Australia is so fucked. Malty, remember for 4 months. What up, Malty? Hope you're feeling fine, Sydney. Leon isn't gay. He's just seeing a few. Enzo with a 2-banger. I'm home from karaoke. Send me a link when it's time. You got it. It's time now. We'll do that. All right. Those of you, and Debo, if you need to go, by all means, again, people aren't obligated to stay on for the extra hour, but we've hit that extra hour part. So just let me know what you want to do. Sydney, I know that you've got to leave at some point.
In
so
about 30 minutes.
In about 30 minutes? All right.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to ditch out.
You gonna dip? Yeah. Before I start saying,
yeah, just because
Tebow,
the wife has
who
been
you are, what you do, the whole 9.
The wife has been so good this week to let me actually stream and be on Smash and you and stuff. I told her, I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna stream tonight. She's like, it's Friday. I don't care.
Nice, based wife.
Yeah,
based
I know,
wife.
right? No, so
Mods,
guys,
do your thing. Make sure you got Tebow's links in the chat. And Tebow, tell the people where they can find you, what you do, the whole 9.
Yeah, 2 channels, Minimal Effort Live, Minimal Effort Podcast. Podcast is eventually going to turn into an actual podcast, which is what my wife and I intended for it to be like 2 years ago when we started the channel. So that'll be hopefully once we get moved in a few months, maybe doing like a once a week thing and then clipping it for videos and stuff. But yeah,
nice.
Most of my shit's going to be at Minimal Effort Live, mostly gaming, but live streams will talk about stuff like this too. You know, anything that kind of is pertinent at the time. So.
I've been on your show before. It's a great show. You all should go back and watch the show that I was on because I was on it. It's awesome.
I need to start having guests on Wednesdays again, man. Once I get life figured out, that is something. I was having a blast. I had you, Kilted Cajun, Empress on. I had Mr. Hardcore Mode, a bunch of other people I had on. But, you know, it's just
you had Empress on? I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, she was my
love
first
that
collaboration, man.
great.
She was the first guest I ever had.
Really?
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's a sweetheart. I love Empress. That being said, everybody, make sure, there you go. Dax dropped the link. Thank you, guys. If you like Tebow, if you like his coverage, if you like talking about gaming, if you like talking about politics, make sure you sub to the man. He is a fucking legend. Tebow, thank you so much for coming on, brother.
Hey, it's been a blast. I appreciate it, guys.
It was good seeing you again.
You too. It was actually good to catch up. So, hey, take it easy, and I will catch you guys later.
Doses, brother. Now, as for you guys in the chat, Piranha Pout, if you want to come on, Click Gamer, if you want to come on, Michael, if you're still here, if you want to come on, Jake, you want to come on, Zalozi, Eric, Gerthy Banana, Niad, if you're still watching, by all means, Cornboy, let's see, obviously Enzo, I got you already, let's see, Dax, you'll be coming, of course, Demon Carol, and it seems like that is everyone. So let me know if you want to come on, where to send the link, the whole 9. And obviously, Paul, you come all the time. Leon, super spreader, knock off grannies.
That's stupid. You're stupid. Stop being stupid.
Thank you so much, Gerthy Banana. Truly appreciate you. Let's see. I'm down to come give you the vet perspective sent through Discord. All right. Paul, let me see. All right, let me start sending some links. All right. Hit me up on Discord if you want to come on. I will be sending out links right now. Give me one moment here.
Hold on. I got Kalika. I forgot.
You got
changed his
Kalika?
name.
Perfect.
Yeah. I forgot he changed his name.
That makes it easier on me. Let me send Dex. Home. Let's see. Who else wants on? Would I stream more? My PS4 doesn't like to take it to Wi-Fi. Yeah, you need to hardwire some shit, bro. You need to hardwire some shit. Let's see. Anybody else that donated want to come on? Just put, let me know on Discord. You guys let me know on X. I don't traditionally check X during stream because I don't want to like accidentally dox myself at any point or anything. But I'll check real quick. Oh, yes, and Enzo, the link. Where is Enzo? No, I'll just send the link on X. I don't need if I can do it on Discord. This will be the first time we've done a panel since these events happened. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Enzo just sent you the link.
My Discord crashed.
Paul, how you doing, brother? Tell me who you are, what you do, the whole 9.
I am Paul. I'm Leon's IRL bestie. I lurk the turkey, all Leon's streams. Hey, Cindy.
Hey, Paul. How are you, honey?
Doing good, and
Fulfilling
you?
Zach's
I
request.
am
Thank you
okay.
for 9 months, brother. Paul, keep doing your intro. We'll just keep sending up while you do it.
I can't. I mean, I'm distracted. She's bouncing.
Daxnar, are you distracted? You do your intro while we keep sending up here.
I mean, how am I supposed to add to this, Leon? I mean, it's hell, man. But all right, yeah, everybody, it's the Daxonar who ain't no waxonar. Thanks so much for tuning in. Big ass viewership tonight. You'd love to see it.
This might be the biggest Leon has ever been. I'll be real. Thank all of you. Thank all of you watching live right now.
Absolutely.
Mad appreciation.
I know you're all going, probably having a little bit of a bummer week, but hey, we all still made it here. So that's what's up. And I look forward to spending this Friday evening / Saturday morning with y'all.
Kalika, tell the people who you are, what you do.
Hola, amigos. My name is Kalika Gamer. Yeah, you can just call me by my actual name, which is Cal. So, yeah, sometimes streaming, sometimes not. Veteran, like there's just like one thing I had to say, like, if someone's dealing with shit, just reach out. It's fine. I've had plenty of brothers who've killed themselves, over being isolated. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Dark. Speaking of Dark, Pouty, tell the people who you are and what you do.
Okay. Well, I'm Pouty.
Background's
Occasionally, I stream video games on Friday.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do streams after midnight. That's about it.
Nice choker.
Hey, Pouty.
Thank
It
you.
looks your whole setup very professional. That's a good looking setup that you've switched to. Nice work. Serranos.
Looks like she's streaming
blue
out
collar,
of a hotel.
banger. Leon got COVID twice.
Hey, this is my
Those
room.
symptoms, it scares me. You love asymptomatic COVID. Love to see you, Blue. How you doing, brother?
Any
Sorry,
previous
go on,
work as a
Serranos.
maid?
What?
Any
Funny.
previous work as a maid? No. Hi, I'm Serranos. I like anime. I like video games. We started an anime stream with Dax next month, and one of my other friends doing that on Sundays.
Damn, Dax pouring himself out. I like to see it.
Everybody wants a piece of
course
the
he
awesome.
is.
What can I say?
We're gonna make a real YouTuber out of you yet.
It'll happen once I,
So,
unfrig myself. So
the
sometime
secret,
for the next
the
decade.
secret is the toe beans. They're very in demand.
You're not going to see any of that on my stream.
Hell no. Wholesome
That's
weeb
not what
talk.
I should hope not.
We're just going to be talking about anime. Unless Ben Shapiro dies during my stream, we're not talking about it. And he doesn't go out on the Sabbath anyway, so he shouldn't. So I don't know.
Last but not least, we got Enzo. Enzo, my man, how you doing, brother? Tell the people who you are. We do. How's karaoke? The whole nine.
It's good. I haven't been able to come on a Neon Leon in several weeks, a handful of weeks. So I was like, jonesing. I left early so I could come here.
Nice.
And then I come home and you guys are just watching depressing shit. I was like, God damn it. I'm just kidding.
It is
it's all
important to
good.
talk about, though. And I think, I do want to get everybody's thoughts on it, especially those of you, because me and Cindy and Tebow, we went about this for 2 hours. We'll keep the discussion going. A lot of you wanted to be on to talk about this. So, Kalika, we'll start with you because you said you wanted to give it from a vet perspective. So we'll go around the table, get everyone's thoughts. But Kalika, we'll start with you, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, so I saw both videos. I saw the far off video as well as the close up one. Charlie Kirk, his ass was dead before he hit the ground. I could tell because when the shaking happens, it's pretty much brain death. And necks are generally the worst place to get shot. In the Marine, yeah, of course. But like in terms of lethality, it's the worst because that's why they give us if you ever seen videos, they give us this rubber piece that goes over our necks, and it's supposed to stop shrapnel and other things. It's not completely bulletproof; you'll still get hurt, but it's to at least protect it so you don't like bleed out and die. blood loss is the serious issue when it comes to that. In general, getting hit in the neck.
Pouty, what about you? What are your thoughts on this whole situation?
Well, discovering it during your lunch stream in real time, I almost didn't want to believe it. And then as the reports kept coming out, for me, it just got worse and worse. And I'm just kind of in a place about it. It's the best way I can put it.
Serranos?
I think anybody associated with Antifa needs to be arrested immediately. Like anybody that's ever even jokingly associated with them needs to be taken in and questioned. Yeah, that's the first step. Yeah.
Oh, so you got more steps?
Yeah, there's more steps than that. That's the first step. You keep going down the tree of rot until you find the source, and yeah, that's about it.
Enzo, what about you, brother?
It's wrong. It's wrong. No, yeah, it's pretty rough. Yeah, I'd say with Kalika, like I remember I watched that video and being like, dude, he's dead for sure. And then people were like,
yeah,
he's in stable condition at the hospital. I was like, no fucking way. I mean, I'm not trying to say, not trying to like,
No.
I mean, I know we're all like rooting for the guy, but I mean,
yeah.
The second I saw the video, I thought he was gone. It's like there's no way.
Yeah, I knew the second I saw the spray.
He lost a liter of blood before he hit the ground, and yeah, people were like, oh, don't watch the video. I'm like, first of all,
It was the way
you
his
should-
head
you should
flopped
watch
to
all
the
the videos.
side.
Yeah.
And then you do also the instinct, like when the arms shoot up reflexively, like that's like a spinal or whatever. That's brain death or whatever. It's not good.
Yeah,
You know-
like you go. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. It's just the whole thing with like just necks in general. When someone gets shot, like even if you can clinch that vein, like right in the neck, the carotid, and you can hold
Oh,
it
right.
together. Like you said, blood loss is basically what's happening. I've had 10
Brain
friends.
death, probably. I was
Yeah.
like, God, I
I've
hope
had-
he doesn't make it. Honestly, at this point, it's like
I've had like
worse
I've
than
had-
death.
That's fair. I've had 10 friends who got neck wounds, and only 2 of them survived. And the 2
Yeah.
that survived, we were just right by base. So
There's a lot of we're bags of meat and fluid. But yeah, I mean, I was talking about this last night. I did an impromptu stream last night and just talked about like all the demons in my timeline just like outing themselves. It's hilarious. And just keep scrolling and at this point, yeah. Like my friend, like Meg said, she's like, I'm ashamed at how much time I spent wasted just trying to reason with these people, just knowing they probably just, they just want me dead. Obviously someone pulling off something like that had a bit of training, but I don't
Thank you
think
for
it
the
was
sub.
like some professional marksman by any means. Like a professional marksman from 200 yards can, they could pick which eye to shoot at, like they don't, they don't, there's none of that.
I mean,
that's,
we're
Yeah,
trained.
I'm pretty sure the guy they got was
hold on,
the right
yeah,
guy.
we're going through we're going through the
right.
The roster. Paul, what about you? What are your thoughts, your immediate reactions? Now here it's been a couple days later. Like how go for it.
Well, I was in the chat as well, and yeah, we were just kind of all in shock, scrolling through, trying to figure out what was real. The videos were pretty horrible, to be honest. I liked what someone said earlier in the chat. Maybe it was Jake Martin or something like that, but someone said like, yeah, people outing themselves, and it really made me think. You and I love True Detective season 1 when Russ and Marty are at that church revival, talking about like he wants everyone to get out in the open, so I know exactly how fucked up you are, and everyone can see you for what you are, and just it's just crazy.
Great reference. Love True Detective.
I'm not really believing anything. I'm taking everything they're saying with a grain of salt. I don't trust anything.
Well, and we're gonna get into the aspect of it in just a moment. Last but not least, Dax, what about you, brother?
Oh fuck! I was hoping he'd forget about me. Okay.
About you, buddy.
Look, man, I've never come on stream with any interest in talking about politics. I've never thought myself intellectually qualified to do so. I don't know enough policy. I don't know enough terminology. But this one actually did hit home for me because my buddy was showing me excuse me, Charlie Kirk videos like a month ago. Like, and we were both sitting there being like, man, this guy's pretty base. And me and my friend like disagree on a fair amount of things politically. So to have this little olive branch come out, we both kind of, had to get together yesterday and be like, man, fucking sucks, right? So overall, I just, I don't know. I guess I just am going to continue to mourn the death of Discourse because that's seemingly what has been the most apparent thing to me over the past few days is just like people are so eager to poison the well. Everyone's talking past each other. No one wants to address any of the real issues. And it sucks because there's a lot of things that are relevant to talk about, but no one's really interested. So anyway, cheers, lads.
Well, Enzo, you were saying, you don't believe any of this. You're taking everything with not that you don't believe it, but you're taking everything with a grain of salt. And again, I mean, I said
There's
earlier,
more to the story, I think, is what. Yeah, it's kind
and that's what I was about to get at. I mean, who does anybody on this panel not think that it was a hit job?
I mean, I don't think it was like a government hit job or anything.
It's objectively a hit because the idea is the guy could have totally like fired a few rounds at some people in the audience. He could have turned it into a mass shooting, shoot some, a lot of turning point USA supporters.
Like he had a bolt action rifle. He couldn't kill that many people.
Right,
really.
right. He could have. The point is, there was one intended target. That's pretty.
I would call it more targeted than a hit.
He came out there to kill Charlie Kirk. That was the point.
I mean.
Breaking, Sketch News is like a private jet owned by Chabad Lebovich of Utah, a wealthy donor. Derek Maxfield is his name, some Jewish guy. There's a private jet that disabled its location monitoring system while departing from Provo Airport. Right at an hour after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And you watched that movie, what was that movie that I loved? Eddington was funny. But one of the things that was funny about Eddington was like as soon as Joaquin Phoenix's character, the sheriff, starts mouthing off against COVID and lockdowns and running for mayor, they show them like sending a bunch of Antifa soldiers via private jet, first class, across the country right away so they can start staging protests in the tiny town and everything. And that movie's insane, and it's a satire, obviously, and it's funny, but it just, like you said, talking about hinting at the truth a little bit, so that way, there are definitely big donos and stuff that are funding all this stuff, Like when you think of Antifa coming out with all their professional gear and their signs and stuff. Same thing with the Patriot Front. They all got matching outfits and shit. They're feds, It's obvious. Antifa, yeah, they're too they're not organized. They always say it's they're clearly organized. What are you talking about?
Yeah, this hit on I guess we'll call it a hit because on Charlie Kirk, it was obviously organized to some degree. There was obviously somebody that helped him. He didn't own that gun.
Dude, the old guy taking the blame, total patsy move, did it on purpose. I'm sure that's part of it.
I hate to be the guy. So 2 points. So the guy taking the hit for the guy who did the shooting, in general, if you're gonna try and get away, that's the best way to do it. In general, have someone take the hit for you. In general,
and even then, they talk about how Oswald was a patsy, and people were saying they're gonna announce a patsy soon.
Yeah.
And then this one guy, is turned in by his father, or turned himself in because his father ratted him out.
No, his father he said he was going to kill himself, and his father turned him in.
Yeah. So the other thing was the statement about the bolt action rifle. Now, I'm not everyone, but with a bolt action rifle and enough rounds, I could take down 4 or 5 people.
Yeah, but it's over in the grand scheme of things. If you're going to do that, you could just get an AR-15.
That's fair.
That's what I'm saying. The whole point wasn't. That's what I'm saying. It was intent. There's one intended target and nothing else. That was the job. And by that definition, it does seem like a hit. The question is, if he was paid to do it, or blackmailed to do it, whatever. And if that's even the guy, if there's some other guy. I mean, the point is, that would constitute a hit if there was some reasoning to do it other than
going over the
personal.
footage. It's hard to tell who it was because with the mask covering them and completely blacked out clothes. Yeah.
Oh, and classic, wearing a shirt with an American flag and an eagle on it,
Yeah.
Classic. It's just, and that's the thing is like I'm seeing, in my timeline, he was a Trump supporter. He has Trump supporting parents. It's like fucking 2/3 of you assholes have Trump supporting parents who you hate, who you fucking don't talk to, you've cut off. Like, what are you talking
Adam
about?
Sessler style, baby.
Yeah.
That's it.
The question is like, has anyone tried to find like a profile for the guy that they grabbed, or not?
Yeah, you mean like the
Social
most
media.
Yeah, people are saying it's suspicious that he only has a handful of photos on his mom's Facebook page, and then people have been saying like the Gen Z, the younger dudes in their 20s right now, they're mostly using Discord.
I mean, for me, I don't have any like pictures taken of me online except for like my
You're
mom.
one of those weirdos, right?
But
With
you
the
do
sadness
have
profile.
social media, and you do appear on these streams with your camera
Yeah, but if
on.
I didn't
about
want
the
to do that, I
attempted
wouldn't
Trump
have.
assassination. They claimed that kid didn't have any social media, no digital footprint. Bullshit. No 18-year-old male has no digital footprint.
And the thing is, if I wanted to hide, you wouldn't find me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, let me just say this for a point. When it comes to that, if it was like a cover up and all, like the people who do that stuff generally have very little footprints. Like there's other people writing these profiles. So if it was that, then
Well, the other thing that's like it seems alarming, but honestly, it's kind of reassuring at when you think about it, because like I mean, it could just be me coping, but like you see these posts talking like in favor of the hit job, saying atrocious shit, and then you'll see like it has like 191,000 likes and only
That's
1,000 comments.
600,000.
Well, yeah, the point is like
Yeah.
it's like 190. It's like 19 to 1. When in fact most posts have like ratios of like 10 to 1 at most, but like the idea is like when you see 19 to 1 like in favor of this, like likes versus comments, like that seems like bot farmed likes. That seems like bot likes.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing on my stream, I think yesterday, is that not just the likes and whatnot being bot farmed, but so many of the posts themselves. Like, I like so many of them are
people
straight up
watching my-
dead internet theory fake accounts that are posting this stuff. I'm not saying obviously there are real ones, but most of these are burner accounts or fake accounts, whether it be a troll farm in India, whatnot, that's being bought and paid for. But the point is, most of this shit is not real.
I don't really like using that explanation because I think people underestimate how many evil people exist in the United States, and let alone
No,
here
right.
across the world.
But I don't think it's that many. I think
there are legitimately hundreds of
don't know.
thousands of people who wish death on their political opponents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's real. Yeah.
Like
behind anonymity, that stuff comes out.
What was that, Kalika? Now I read this statistic 2 years ago. I covered this video like 2 years ago. I imagine it probably hasn't changed too much. Of the entire U.S. population, only between 3 to 7% are on X. So we are seeing way too many of these posts to account for that 3 to 7%.
Right.
Like
unless that opinion was just that widespread.
Dude, I mean, I talk about how most of the YouTube audience is bots and stuff, I mean, I don't even trust people in my chat who I talk to. I'm like, how do I know you're a bot,
Dead
but
internet theory.
And then
Like
and then there's
Creamage?
all the
Have we
people-
seen Creamage's face? I don't
Right.
think so.
There's the people that literally chat in the chat that I think might be bots, but then there's obviously all the viewers that don't say anything. I can't tell you how many times.
Right now on YouTube alone, it says I've got 160 concurrent
108.
viewers, but we have a chat rate of roughly 13 chats per minute.
Has
That
the chat
doesn't-
really? The chat has increased like nominally compared from other shows, and I understand a lot of people watch these stuffs while they're doing other things. They're playing video games and they're
Yeah.
cooking. But then why are you watching it live if you're not going to be interacting? And the best is when like literally there will be 100. I want all 100 something of you watching to type something. Just type the letter A in the chat right now. Let's see it. Let's see it, motherfuckers.
No,
They
put
won't
the
have it.
I want put the peach emoji if you're just going to put something incidental.
Just
Come on
type
now.
anything. We should see 100 new names pop up right now if it happens, but it won't because it's all,
this is gonna backfire.
They're popping off.
I have seen a couple of new people tonight earlier. Like some people are like,
Yeah,
drop
yeah.
off.
Well, and
But,
not
yeah,
only
I've
that,
seen
but
but
people-
Wargaming
people-
Dead, you're in the
my,
chat, you're talking.
My subs went up like 20 people. by like 20
Yeah,
people.
there's definitely some new people. There's some bots.
There's
It's hard
lots of
to
new people.
differentiate,
And
yeah.
thanks everyone for pulling up. Please come back next week.
Oh yeah, hey, Spooky Mulder. This guy doesn't have any channel history.
And obviously, you know, 180 something
Just
people. Like,
so honest, you sent that link. It's not populating
not coming
anything.
up?
I trying.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, let me give you the post then.
Oh.
Actually, wait. Did I check your Twitter DM? It should be in there.
All right, give me one moment here.
Yeah, it's the first of two I sent you.
Yeah.
The other one was a post with an AI generated image of Charlie Kirk being shot. Yeah.
I was like on social media was a couple nights ago, and people were yelling at Daniel Vavra for he's clapping back, and Hassan actually said you're next, and then Daniel Vavra said he was gonna kill him.
Yeah, I saw
Can't
Daniel
wait.
Vavra.
I really love to see dick measuring contests.
And Vavra's.
When do we get rid of
He's in
Hassan?
Poland, isn't he? Or Czech?
No, yeah, he's in Czech. They don't have any gun laws there.
Yeah, but
So-
I mean, no, I was thinking it's like he's in the other side of the world. I don't know how he's gonna get to Sun.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
Sydney's gotta go.
Oh, Sydney, you out?
Yeah,
All right.
I gotta go.
Tell the people who you are, what
Aw.
you do. Mods, do your thing. Make sure all y'all sub to my beautiful co-host here.
Well, hey guys, I'm Cinevere. You guys can find me on all platforms as Cinevere. I realized my last video was a hard watch, but I do appreciate each and every one of you that did view it and leave a comment. I appreciate it so much. I love all of you, and you guys hold each other close. I just take care of yourselves.
Come on, keep it together. You're leaving. Don't be doing that on us at the very end.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Let her be a woman, goddammit.
Yep, let me be a lady. All right, cuties.
All right,
I'll see
everybody-
you later.
Much love, Cindy.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Bye.
Sydney. You
Have a good night.
Charlie.
Nay.
Yeah. Not having to be
So
involved
you
in
sent,
politics is
this
actually a
Toronto's. You
privilege.
sent this image. Charlie
Yeah.
Kirk's daughter is going to grow up without a father who thinks kids / women should keep their rapist baby, and then it's the
Yeah,
clapping
just
at the Oscars or whatever.
Yeah,
image.
580,000 likes.
Sick.
Yeah.
508,000, almost 9,000 bookmarks. But
Well,
look how many comments.
They locked the
474.
comments. They locked the
Oh,
comments.
they locked it? Okay.
Yeah, so that's obviously
Yeah.
not going to keep up. And there's about 50,000 quote tweets, so I think that kind of tracks.
Some of these
Or not quotes, but retweets total.
Yeah, some of these quotes, I don't know if they're if he actually said them or not, or people just said that he said something, because
Oh, yeah.
I've heard that 10-year-old rape victims should have to keep their kid and bring it to term, and I looked online pretty far and I couldn't find anything.
No, because he
where
hasn't
Charlie
said
Kirk
that.
said it.
The thing is, leftists just lie about everything. They just lie all
Yep,
the time.
as long as it
They
suits
lie
the
about-
narrative, right?
That's what they've been doing all
Election
around today. They've been lying all about the killer or the assumed killer.
Mhm.
They've just
lie
been
about
lying about him all day.
statistics. I mean, I've been seeing all the talking points being dismantled, one at a time. He said he doesn't believe in empathy, and it's like, yeah, but he said that compassion's a better word or whatever. He said he thinks these black women aren't qualified or whatever. He said no, he's talking specifically about 4 black women. He's talking specific. He named them.
Also,
He's,
the empathy
I agreed
thing,
with that.
The reason he was talking about that is because he thinks the way leftists talk about empathy is completely
Right.
fake because it's obviously true. They don't have any empathy.
No, exactly. I love how this whole time they're
They know
criticizing
what,
us.
they
for
know
being
enough
non-
about
having no
empathy to know how to
Right.
exploit it. That's about it.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly, Dex.
if there's anyone that's right of center from a communist or a socialist, they consider you a fascist. If you don't 100% agree.
Charlie Kirk's personally stoned 6 million gays. Stephen King told me so.
That
King
bastard
retracted
came out and
saying, but
apologized like it was
he's
all
still-
okay.
He's so
Well,
retarded, dude.
So you also this one, Soranos.
Yeah, this
Those
one
of you
right
posting about how we need to de-escalate probably think you're doing a good thing. But I want to be clear with you. This is just cowardice in the face of evil. There's no. This is not time to de-escalate. This is time to confront. You are wrong.
Yeah, there's
Oh
the
my
AI image of
God.
there's the AI image of Charlie
Insane.
Kirk getting
Yeah.
shot. Yeah, and they're saying, "Oh, we're gonna sell this as a figure." I don't remember if this person was the originator, but somebody else had said that in one of their posts with the same image.
Now, so the question becomes, some people mentioned it earlier. Some people are like, "Oh, I didn't want to see it. I didn't watch the video." XYZ. Now, before this happened, I said on X a couple days prior, it was about the Irina, Ukrainian last name, I'm not going to try and pronounce, situation. When that video was floating around, Craig from Side Scrollers was like, I don't want to open my news feed and see videos of people dying. And I quote tweeted, and I was like, I don't care if you don't want to see it. This shit needs to be seen. Like, harsh truths do need to be seen. It is unfortunate. We don't want to see it. I don't think anybody wants to see that shit. I didn't want to see the Charlie Kirk video, but it needed to be seen. And I do think it is important to share these sorts of videos because it is a reminder that of where we are at.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm wondering what you guys think about in terms of should we watch these videos or should we search?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
as hard as it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
I mean, how much do I have to super chat to get us watching some nerdcore or something?
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry. I just kind of agree with like the what was it, like Starship Troopers media would like desensitize public where they show like graphic violence on the news, no problem. Because the thing is, it's not just like, oh, it's some kind of sick obsession, which it kind of is, but also like in terms of like there's an actual emergency unfolding in front of you, most people would freak out. I think when you kind of watch these kind of like these horrific videos on the internet, whether they're educational or fucking disgusting narco videos of people getting their heads cut off. The point is, like, I think you need to be not like a little desensitized to violence in the sense of like when it happens around you for whatever reason, whether it's a car accident or something or someone's something, you may have to apply you may have to be like the first on a scene somehow. I don't know, it might happen. You don't want to be the person in the corner screaming with their hands in their head. I don't know.
Well,
I think it's a good
but
thing
to
to
add
have
to
a
that, I also
desensitized
think
public.
that if you don't see it with your own eyes, you disassociate from it. Like, this is the reason I think that the death penalty, like, I think executions should be public. I do. Why should executions be public? Because how often are people put on death row? How often are people executed, whatnot? We don't really think about it. Rapes keep happening, murders keep happening, whatnot. However, if you gather everyone at the town square and you'd be like, this motherfucker raped that girl, and now we're putting him to death, and you hang him or firing squad or whatever in front of a mass of people, I think it'd be a whole lot more effective people being like, I ain't gonna rape.
I think we need to move on from that. I don't think we should be doing like hangings at town square. I think we need to be cold freezing these people and selling their organs. I think that's the way forward.
Right. Well, the point is, back to Starship Troopers. A murderer was caught today, and his trial was this afternoon. His execution's tonight at 7. All net, all channels. It's like
I like how they know he's getting executed too.
Right. Like
guilty.
I mean, if you're on like social media, like Twitter or at all, like the Polish MEP, like for the UN, actually had something to say about it, which was he said like if it was up to him, the guy would be under firing squad. So
I think you need to show it so people realize what their enemies are.
That it's real, exactly, and that's the point that I'm getting at. It's
when people see Charlie Kirk, blood gushing out of his neck, they're cheering, they're excited, they're happy. This is what these people are cheering for.
There is the flip side of the coin saying, saying like you watching this stuff or subjecting this stuff to violence to your it does poison your soul, but not as much as like actually killing. That's what they say is like once you kill someone,
fucking world we live in though. Like, and it's been this way since ancient times. Armies would go to fucking war. They'd be slaughtering each other in close quarters with swords and maces and shit like that. Like, we do not live in a safe world. Planet Earth has never been safe. Volcanoes happen, earthquakes happen, tornadoes happen, rapes happen, murders happen, and yes, it's like when you live in a world where you feel safe, that means you are not aware of the world you're living in. You should not feel safe. Earth is a terrifying place.
Yeah, I mean, even just watching nature videos, like I can't tell you how many times I've seen horrific shit, and it's just some nature doc, where like a bunch of hyenas are eating like the baby out of the gazelle's fucking stomach, while she's like basically watching. It's horrific. That's nature, dude.
The gazelle is walking by the water. Well,
most lions starve to death.
Special props for people who fucking complain about them videotaping nature shit too. Like what the fuck are they gonna do? Like, like they're gonna go fucking save this fucking gazelle from the herd of lions, and just become dinner themselves.
Or the crocodile that's ripping it to pieces.
Yeah, they're just like,
Hey, people think
how
they
could
can.
how couldn't you help? I'm like, what the fuck are they gonna do? Like,
Well, and also again, it's
throw their camera at it or what?
front to nature. Right? If you stop, let's say you are some heroic individual and you stop the lion from eating the gazelle, okay, Lion King taught you what the circle of life was in 1990 goddamn 4.
Yep.
Okay, like you were actually going against literal nature if you were to stop something like that. And whether you want to admit or not, I feel like people are pussies and can't handle hard truths. All right, it is as simple as this shit exists. It's always existed. Sometimes you need to be reminded it exists. If otherwise, you're being way too comfortable.
Yeah. Like my sergeant had a pretty good apt answer for this. It is what it is. And he would say that after everything. And
it's the way of the road. It's the way she goes.
Fucking
Sometimes
way she goes.
Sometimes she doesn't go. Fucking way she goes.
She didn't go. That's the way she goes.
Piss jugs.
And I'm probably the worst guy to ask for, about being desensitized.
It is what it is. Kind of runs out sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, but I think that's the difference here. There's a difference between being desensitized to violence and being aware of violence. Like, if you watch the Charlie Kirk video or the Irina, however you say her last name video, it should horrify you. Now, obviously, you shouldn't be like, I'm going to watch this 20 times. I'm going to fucking beat my meat to it. Like, no, that's fucking weird. Put that guy from
Okay. I just want to point out
Leon,
that
you're the first person to bring up jerking off to murder
my
videos.
point is there are some people out there that will treat it like gore porn. But the 99% of people will watch it once.
If watching it
never
makes you
see it
excited
again,
or
but it will
happy,
stick, it will stick with them, and it's good that it sticks with them. It should stick with you.
Well, I don't think people who I guess Leon's correct in the sense that I doubt anyone who's been talking mad shit on social media celebrating Kirk's death has seen the actual video of him bleeding out, right? Like you'd imagine that would kick in some kind of fucking empathy
reaction
that they keep preaching that they're all about.
Nope.
Fuck, I don't know, man.
But
how am I supposed to keep track of their fucking moral compass when it's so goddamn inconsistent?
What moral compass?
They don't have one.
I always turn towards this, not necessarily in civilian life, but in the military. There's one of two people, okay, for active duty. You have the guy who feels bad after the first couple of times when he kills somebody, and then he gets used to it. Or you have the other dude, which I knew people in tier 1 who were like this. They enjoyed it. And I knew guys who said that they missed killing people.
Well,
Yeah,
there are sick
that's
people who,
that is
they
a
join
normal-
the military so they can kill someone someday,
Well,
that's
the
what
thing
they
is,
wanna
we've
do.
been killing each other for a long time now. That's a very normal class.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if anything, we
What do
kill
we-
less people in the modern day than when back in the when we were a less
Yeah, there's
civilized
way less-
society
way
back
less
in
violence.
like the dark ages and whatnot. Killing motherfuckers willy nilly.
I mean,
We
Well,
live
most
in a
people did
Fallout
it.
killing
Most people
power
did that against their
bone.
will too.
I mean, do you remember back then, the life expectancy for a king was?
Yeah.
For a kingdom, they were rulers were getting offed.
15, 20 years, usually,
Yeah.
something like that. Because some guys literally sit on the throne for less than a year and they're gone. They get cooed, whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
it's also not
I do not think that. Oh, sorry, go for it, Spencer.
No, I was just gonna say it's not even like killing's also not always bad. Sometimes killing is justified. Sometimes killing is
Yeah.
heroic, and that's the thing.
Agreed.
It's like killing someone. It takes a part out of your soul. You're never the same. It darkens your path forever once you do that. And this is something that we've heard of from the beginning of time. It's the human experience. It's like losing your virginity. Once you kill someone, you're a new person. And some people.
Well, if that's called popping your
do-
cherry, what do you call killing someone for the first time?
I don't
then?
know, but the point is, some people don't
Popping their
ever
cherry.
make that leap.
That's
Yeah.
Obviously, we live in a time where lots of people cross they die without ever having killed anyone, which is a good thing. But sometimes people like I said, sometimes it is heroic to decide this person, we have to kill this person for whatever reason, self-defense or whatever. Or times of war and stuff. You never know. But
I
it's
think
something
the idea
that's not to be
of
taken lightly.
desensitization is I think that's a stupid argument for people to make because, again, we rarely do people who see violence. I don't know if rarely is the right word to use, but on average, people who see violence or have violence committed against them or whatnot, they don't often go. I know people say, "Oh, abuse people go on to abuse other people." Well, yeah, if it happens to a point where your brain is broken, absolutely, it gets to that point. But the idea of desensitization, if violence desensitized humans to the degree they say, we wouldn't still fucking be here. We'd have all killed each other by this point because humans have lived a very violent existence since the inception of humanity.
Yeah. We are objectively way less violent than we used to be like two
Correct.
generations ago. Not even 100 generations ago, obviously. That was like living back in those days was hard because people
what did the dude say at the beginning of Fallout 3? Ever since man discovered the killing power of rock and bone?
Was that war never changes? Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Nope. Any final thoughts on the Charlie Kirk stuff before we move to more positive stuff for the rest of the evening? Because I do want to end on a positive.
I'm good with that.
Fuck Hassan Piker. There, we're done.
Actually,
Hassan Piker is somebody else who should get arrested too. Yeah, he's been advocating for terrorism for years.
Now, what did Cindy say on exit port his ass?
Yeah. I don't think that man's ever gonna get kicked off Twitch.
Oh
Ever.
no! He's gonna be on there unless he gets arrested. He's gonna be there unless he actually gets arrested and deported, and then he'll be back on there on another country.
You can literally threaten to kill like developers in another country, and then like nothing happens to you. I guess.
Well, before we move on to the lighter topic, Slime Maverick, thank you so much for gifting Words of Paradise membership. Truly appreciate it. For those of you watching, if you got a gifted membership, do join the Discord. It is in the community tab on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Girthy Banana with a 5-banger. This leads back to someone in bricks. These people are useful idiots. The point is for them to start fearing us more than them. Fearing us more than I think than them is what I meant to say. And yes, couldn't agree more. Slime Maverick member for 1 month. Currently at work while listening. Sorry about any time much. RIP Charlie Kirk. Appreciate you for listening, man. Thank you so much. UF Omega became a member all on his own. Shout out. You love to see it. Thank you so much. Guys, this is posted for you.
Y'all can clip me all you want. I think Alyssa McConaughey has a nice ass, but I guarantee you she doesn't shave her armpits. So I'm good.
L.
Alrighty. So we gotta have a conversation, guys.
Goddamn Kata.
I need to know how you spending your night.
Scroll
You
down.
got the GameCube with Smash Bros, Pikmin, Mario Kart, Doritos. You got the PS2 with GTA, Doritos, and Dominoes. You got Pizza Hut with the N64. You got the Wii U with Mario cereal.
I can answer this quickly. As a boomer who doesn't even play a lot of video games, if I'm alone, 2. If I'm with friends, 3.
Same.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, definitely 3.
I would like actual food, so I might actually choose one.
Yeah, I don't like Domino's or Pizza Hut's better than Domino's, I think, but both are whatever.
I'm not a fan. Like, I'm not a big GTA guy, so I'd
I
rather
don't
play.
know. 90s Pizza
4
Hut was
doesn't even
pretty
have
good.
food. Oh wait, what is that?
I
Is that
mean,
cereal?
Super Mario cereal.
Mario
That's
cereal.
what I'm talking. I would choose 4 because I like Pikmin 3 a lot, but I mean, I'd rather go with 1.
I gotta go with 3 for GoldenEye alone.
Yeah, I'm going 3 in general, and I didn't even know they made Mario cereal.
Yeah, the
Dude, I
GameCube
told-
games
I
are
was
like
seeing
way
it
better. It's
before.
not close.
Dude, I was telling Leon about how we'd play Super Smash Bros. 64 and set it to 99 live matches and infinite time and just put on the Matrix soundtrack and smoke weed and just play for fucking an hour and a half, 1 match, dude. It was badass.
2 is if I'm single. If I'm by myself, 3 definitely if I'm with other people. Yeah.
I had to smoke some weed before I came on this, just because the subject matter.
Yeah, don't blame you.
Yeah, I think my
condone
number
that
1
kind of
food
stuff.
would actually be the Domino's pizza. I think my number 1 game would be Pikmin 3. Yeah, that's what I would go with.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gordon
I
Bananas is
really
option
like
4 with some coconut oil and channel 99. I don't want to know why
don't
you got
wanna
coconut
know.
oil while playing Mario, bro.
Has that ever happened? Like a sleepover, we're playing video games, and I'm busting out bowls of cereal. That didn't.
I mean, I do cereal for late. I do cereal for
morning
late night
after.
snacks instead of ice cream sometimes, but that's
midnight
what
snack
it
by
is.
myself, but
Yeah.
like, oh, we're eating party food. Let's bust out
I'm
the
just
fucking
not a
Lucky
cereal
Charms.
I mean, okay, like the Wii U isn't a party thing, but it's like, why are you eating cereal? Like, why is that? That's not a video game food.
I
pizza
disagree.
Sandwiches, you just put it in your mouth. You need both hands. You need a bowl. You need a spoon. It
Yeah, either
drips.
that or you
might
need
get
like
milk in your console.
You lean
I mean,
over.
I guess you could get that cereal device that I saw last Leon on. You know,
Well, I
the
mean, there's
milk
not
of
any
the-
milk there, so maybe they're just like.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I do like eating dry cereal sometimes, like a little snack. It's fun.
But like Lucky Charms, no, I'm just not a Lucky Charms guy anymore, man.
It doesn't
Yeah,
taste the same anymore.
I'm an old man. My cereals are like brands and oats and
my
grains.
favorite cereal is Honey
Tiny
Bunches.
Cheerios, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, wait,
my
Honey
favorite
Bunches
cereal
of
is
Oats
Raisin
your
Bran. It's
favorite?
okay,
That's
Enzo.
my favorite as well. Honey Bunches of
Yeah.
Oats is my favorite cereal. Like
I like
legit.
I like it with
Smacks.
almonds specifically. Yeah.
The Sugar Smacks. Which one was with the frog? What are those? Those.
That
Yeah,
was
Sugar
Smacks.
Smacks.
You got it.
They make
Smacks,
your
yeah.
pee smell like the honey stuff. It's weird. It's like asparagus.
Well, what a great
Yes.
bonus that
Are
is.
you
If
smelling
you
good?
eat a lot of those Sugar Smacks, your urine does kind of smell like them later, which is fun. Which is a lot. When asparagus, it makes your urine smell weird. It doesn't smell like
Yeah.
asparagus. It
Ah.
smells funky. It's strange.
I needed
But
that
with
laugh. Thank you.
Those Sugar Smacks, like you literally just smell Sugar Smacks when you're taking a piss later. Maybe I'm diabetic. I don't know. No, I'm not. I'm not diabetic. I've actually had my numbers tested. I'm actually surprisingly normal with all that, which I was sure I was like maybe pre-diabetic with the amount of sugar I eat, which is not a lot, but I don't know. I'm all right.
I've never been tested, but like, so diabetes is more genetic than anything else, and so like
Exactly.
my entire family has it. So even if I'm in good shape and whatnot, my whole life, eat healthy, I'm still assume I'm going to get it when I'm older, is because it's genetic.
Bill Jones is confirming what I'm saying about the Sugar Smacks. Okay, good
Mm-hmm.
to know. It's not just me. That would be alarming if it was just me.
I put it in
I've never
That's like the
water.
joke
had
about
Sugar Smacks.
That's like the
I'm
joke
just
about the
glad
girl
so
who
many of you know
got the
about it.
guy. This girl got the guy to do a golden shower on her in the shower. It was like something she was into, and she was telling him, "Oh, I love doing it with you because your pee is so sweet tasting," and that's how he found out he had diabetes.
What the fuck?
I'm just trying to lighten
That's
the
almost-
mood from what we were
that's
talking
almost as
about.
bad
I've
as
earlier.
just
Charlie
never
Kirk.
heard that. I can't. I literally did not know.
It's an old
diabetics
urban
have
legend. It's an
sweet
old one of those
smelling
stories
piss.
that.
Yeah,
one of those
there's,
old
All right,
stories that
all
there's
can't
a
be
lot of
true.
extra sugar in it.
Honey, I need to test you for diabetes. Please take this cup, go into the other room, fill it up for me, and we'll figure this out. All right?
Or what was it, Nathan, for you, when he's talking to the gas station guy about the gas station rebates? It's a great episode, but the old man at the end of the episode is like talking about drinking his grandson's pee, and it's one of the few times Nathan Fielder is like breaks character, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" And he starts laughing, and he's like, "Oh yeah, sometimes you drink your grandson's pee, but once he becomes 2 years old, it's no longer good. You need to drink baby pee, and your grandson pee. It's good for you." And it's just like,
How did we get
what?
on this?
This is all
I'm
Enzo.
here.
This is
Where
all
are we
Enzo.
right
I'm here.
now?
Yeah.
This
Well,
is
we
a
talked about
rabbit hole I
cereal,
didn't
and
see
then I brought
coming.
up the Sugar Smacks. Yeah,
Enzo aggressively derailed the talk. Yeah.
that's what I'm good at, or bad at, depending on who you ask.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's an educational show, so that's nice.
Yeah, I feel very That's educated. nice.
So
You guys are gonna eat some Sugar Smacks soon, and you're gonna be smelling
I'm
your
not
piss
gonna eat
afterwards,
it.
Oh,
thinking
I
like, "Was
won't
Enzo
do
right?"
I
am
am
not
never
eating that.
eating Sugar Smacks again.
I've never eaten Sugar
I've never
Smacks.
eaten them.
I won't.
I don't know if I have either. I remember them being kind of shitty, so it doesn't surprise me that they make your urine smell weird.
It's all right. I'll stick to my
Tastes
Raisin
like
Bran.
shit,
Thank you.
smells like piss.
Yep.
speaking of education, though, this guy brought his.
Wait, I didn't get to give my answer. We got talking about
Sorry,
piss and
go
all
on. My
this.
Sorry,
bad, my
Dax.
bad. I thought you
We
said number 3. My
distracted by
bad.
the
Go on.
pee.
I don't know. I like nuggets and I like melee, so I guess I'll go with 1.
I to be fair, Dax, I'm with like melee. I would rather have the pizza.
If I have
I'll be real,
I
but
rather
melee is the way to go.
if I have friends, it's between whichever 2 ones have Smash Brothers pizza and nuggets. Fuck it, all of them. Give me all the nuggets and all the pizza and all the Smash.
I have a question for you all though. With it, it's like a Leon idiosyncrasy, thing.
Idiosyncrasy.
Yeah. Does anyone else call it pie, or you call
What?
it pizza? Because Leon always refers to it as pie.
We call it pizza pie or pie.
Yeah, I call it pizza. I call it
I
pizza
call
or
it
za,
pizza.
if anything.
I
If I'm
call
gonna
it
abbreviate
Yeah, I've
I
heard
call it a
Enzo say
za.
za, ironically, like on streams before. Like I mostly
Because
say
pie can
but
be confused with actual pie. Za.
Well,
I know
see,
what
and that's the
fucking
thing.
za
I
is.
started on stream. I've started saying pizza because when I said pie, people didn't know what
Right.
I was talking about. I was like, how do you fucking not know what I mean when I say, yo, I'm going to order a pie? Like, who orders dessert style pie? Like, if I say I'm going to order a pie later while I game, no one's ordering like a fucking apple pie. How do you not know I'm referring
no
to a
one gets
pizza?
pie by delivery. But
Haven't you
also,
seen- I wish, bro. That'd be sweet.
Well, maybe. But also, we got a smash raid.
You just gave me a fucking $1
Maybe?
million idea,
Yo!
Dex.
Schizo said we did. I didn't see it in the tab, but
I didn't see it in the tab either. But we do independent. It just came through.
There it is.
It just came through. Smash JT Ray. Thank you so much. Shout
Welcome,
out.
Raiders.
Kirk exposed those who are already radicalized. No, I mean he radicalized us against them. That being said, shout out. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks,
Shout the fuck
Smash.
out. Thank you so much, Smash. Thank you so much, Raiders. You love to see it. Shout out. Thank you.
Like the
All right, guys.
stream.
Apparently, this guy brought his sex doll on plane. Let's check it out.
All
That's the real rot.
Oh,
His doll on the plane. Daddy, 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 daddy.
Now that's
daddy.
that seems fake.
Scared the shit out
They
of me.
told him
This
he
is-
couldn't. Keep it in the seat.
That's wild.
If she bought a
They
ticket,
really think it's fitting. In the overhead compartment.
Oh no!
It is skip.
Hide
It's
your
really
real
funny.
rot.
Oh,
It is very.
Yeah, I'm fine with that being fake because that's
this
hilarious.
could, yeah, this could totally be a fake plane
was
set.
good.
I've seen a few videos that take place in fake bus sets, and they're obviously fake. You can tell by
Yeah, I
people's
think that's
other
probably
reactions.
a porn set. Yeah.
It's still funny though. But
It's
yeah,
still-
I mean,
yeah,
if
If
you,
somebody did that, they would not press the button to make it say, "Daddy, Daddy."
I want it to
yeah,
be
we're gonna
real.
clip
Let
that
me
later.
believe, guys. Let
Yeah.
me believe. I want it to be real.
I could
Like the
love
X
it.
Files. I want to believe.
Yeah, it's
Right.
I want
like
to call
that.
an airline right now and be like, hey, if I brought a life-size doll with me, it was clothed, and I buy a ticket for it to sit, is that allowed? They'd probably say no.
Just don't turn it on.
They probably will. They'll take your money.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, if you bought the ticket, like, why? I mean, they let fucking fat people take one seat. They should allow you to buy a seat for your real doll.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
like-
Do you remember the lady who had a mental breakdown on an airplane? But kind of. Do you remember
Be
that?
more
you're gonna need to be more
Yeah, I
specific, 'cause
remember
I've
that.
covered a lot
Yeah.
of fucking
Yeah, that's a
fat
lot.
bitches.
That's
The
a
one who
lot.
said that motherfucker is not real.
It's not
Remember that
real.
one?
I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
You remember
yeah.
that
Oh,
one, man?
oh,
Yeah, you
this.
bring
Yeah,
that one up.
hold on.
That
Yeah,
one's
yeah,
funny.
I'll bring it up right now. Yeah, I still
Is this the one where
wonder
the chick
what
is
went
naked?
down with this. Like, I to
No.
this day wonder what went down with this.
Your
I
hopes
think
are too
about this
high.
almost as
Your
often
hopes
as
are
the
up
Roman
here.
Empire.
They need to come down here.
Here now.
I remember,
I'm telling you, if you don't fuck off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the fuck and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can fucking die with them or not. I'm not going to.
What the
Thoughts on
fuck?
this original video were pretty divided. Some people thought
there
she
were
was
so many.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
There were so many good memes of the camera panning right, and it would be like some fucking video game
Scooby-Doo.
character or something. You know?
Scooby-Doo was great.
Yeah,
Dude said the video was pretty divided. Who was standing this chick? Who was on her side? Like, what?
I thought she was hot.
Oh
For
no,
sure.
dude! There's a lot of
Oh,
people
yeah.
in chat being like, "I can save her. I can fix her. I can fix her."
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
they're fucking simps, but this is clearly not the case.
I was
No,
gonna say,
but I mean,
apparently
honestly,
she
like-
had a actual mental breakdown. Like she was.
No offense,
actually
Chad.
losing her mind. Yeah.
Mixing
no, I could fix
pills
her.
and alcohol and having a fear of flying or something like that. There's probably multiple things happening, or
Or
maybe she didn't sit
hallucinating.
next to like a demonic character who said
I was
some
gonna say,
crazy
yeah,
shit.
dude. What if she was right though? Like, what if she sat next to a lizard person, and we're all roasting this bitch, when in all reality, she sat next to a lizard person.
Schizosaurus.
Yeah, next
Lizard
to a lizard.
people, you got it.
Was she near?
Lizard people.
Was she near the Mark Zuckerberg over here? I'm
Well,
either sure he's a lizard or a robot. It's
I
one of the two.
Probably. But Leon, how can she see the lizard person and everyone else can't? Does she have the Sharingan?
Well, they have human
I mean,
disguises.
maybe he dropped his guard for a moment. She saw his fucking lizard slit eyes, and he realized
Okay.
he let the mask slip. Like,
Oh no!
Dude,
Or maybe
there was
she had
a
those
video I
eyes like
saw.
Lisa in Death Note.
Is the Bobby Kotick, right? The is he former CEO of Blizzard? I don't know if he's still like in charge over there, but he like put out this video after the whole sex scandal bullshit was breaking over at Blizzard. This motherfucker blinked twice in 3 minutes. It was fucking crazy. Like he's like an actual Blizzard person.
I blink a lot
Well,
because
no,
I have dry
that's-
eyes, but twice in 3 minutes seems like
The
a
side effects-
long time to go without blinking.
Yeah.
What's funny, 'cause stimulants-
Kotick did retire. Yeah, he's retired now.
Certain drugs like stimulants can cause side effects of either not blinking or blinking too much. So sometimes
That
when
shit was
someone's talking
crazy.
without blinking at all. Yeah, like Joe Biden. Remember, he'd give his speeches and his eyes were all black and he wouldn't blink at all. That's because he's fucking all, he's all amped up
meth.
on stimulants.
I did not know that was thing. I've heard the real fast announcer guy at the end of a lot of commercials, and I've never once heard inability to blink, like, or anything like that. Like, that's just not something they say at the ends of those commercials. It's usually
That'd be
like aggressive
hilarious,
diarrhea
though.
and death. Like,
Well, they don't usually advertise
Usually.
the effects of methamphetamines.
fair enough.
That's true.
Yeah. Reduced blink rate is tied to decreased dopamine activity. So links illicit substances like cocaine, cannabis, decrease spontaneous eye blink rates. Dopamine blocking agents like antipsychotics, Ritalin, bunch of drugs cause it. So who knows?
Kalika, did you guys get any cool shit in the military?
Yeah, I got some cool stuff. Like we were early on for the prototypes for drones, for like in combat. For at least Marsoc was during my time. We also got they were starting to roll out like the headsets that go inside the helmets in your helmet. That's pretty cool. Like and we got to try out some new guns, but like a lot of them just like fell to the wayside and like they just stuck with the M4 because it worked.
Well, so yeah, you get the GTHB here asking the real questions. All right, is Mark Zuckerberg human? Do we believe he is human?
No.
Yeah, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. So
He used to be.
They replaced him with a robot.
He's
Okay,
been
so-
replaced.
I'm not. I'm also
Like Avril
I'm not a
Lavigne.
conspiracy theorist on basic.
Just like Avril Lavigne.
Are you
Dude,
sure that
Cookies was telling me about the Avril Lavigne, like, because I'd heard like,
She's
oh,
still
they
making
replaced
music,
her
though.
with
It's insane.
but like he added an extra addendum to it that I'd never heard before. He was telling me about this literally like yesterday or earlier today. He's like, so she died, and they switched her out, but her album sales tanked because her music got really bad. So then they actually switched her out with another one. And the reason new Avril Lavigne music is good again is because they brought in a new Avril Lavigne body double who can actually do music good. Like, I don't know if he was fucking with me or not, as whether he believes this.
That sounds like the
Like-
stupidest shit I ever heard. Why would they even
I-
bother doing that though?
I mean, I've heard this theory for a while. A lot of people say certain musicians are clones of each other, so they just like
Paul
when one
McCartney,
dies,
bro.
they just bust
Paul
out a new
McCartney is
one.
a robot, though. Paul McCartney gotta be a robot. How is he still alive, looking like he looks, being a vegan and shit? He gotta be a fucking robot.
Yeah.
I mean, you
he's a
can.
vegan.
I mean, you can just control your artist pretty easily. You don't need to clone people to do that.
I don't
Well,
know.
when
I don't
they die,
know. what's
bro,
going on.
when they die.
Yeah,
Then,
exactly.
then you just make a new person famous. Do you think Machine Gun Kelly was famous organically?
No.
That's a good fucking
No.
example, actually.
No, he signed
Yeah,
on
exactly.
with somebody higher up, and then they just pushed him
decide-
wherever they wanted him to be. They made him a rapper. They made him try to be black. They made him try to be white. They made him try to be whiter. They made him.
He has to try to
Yeah,
be
but-
white.
Dude, it's so
Demonic
wild. I think
sacrifices,
it was
bro.
on.
That's,
I think it was on this show. We like we're
Yes, it
watching one
was.
of the MGK videos. It's
That
like,
boy band
how
shit.
is this white dude
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
bad at being white? It's
Oh, that was.
weird.
Oh, yeah. I think I was there because that was like a while ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was on
You
the
know, a big
yeah.
theory that I believe, River Phoenix, he was sacrificed by the Red Hot Chili Peppers So they, in exchange for fame and fortune, there's a few others. I'm not even joking, bro. Like if you want to become famous,
I want to hear about this.
if you want to become famous, you have to go the extra mile, prove it, and usually a sacrifice, like they talk about Kanye sacrificing his mother.
Yeah, but when did Phoenix die though? Because I feel like Red Hot Chili Peppers were already famous at that point.
Right, but it was specifically for the album Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic to become as huge as it was, which had already come out or was about around the same time. But that's like one I've always heard. Like,
I mean, here's another example of this. So, who's familiar with the song "Bombs Over Baghdad"?
I am.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Do you know what happened the day after that song released?
Bombs
over Baghdad?
Yeah, Baghdad got bombed.
Dude, KRS One or
How many days?
Peoples?
How many days that year was Baghdad bombed?
I think like 2 days, give or take.
Yeah. Well, Dilated Peoples had that song. They filmed it in front of the Twin Towers, the music video, like the day or 2 days before the 9/11 attacks. You know, that's just crazy stuff. You know,
the Twin Towers are like pretty notable in New York. So anything involving New York is going to have the Twin Towers present.
Of course.
Yeah.
But even like just now, like I'm finding out that Ben Shapiro allegedly is taking over Turning Point USA. I'm like, come on,
what?
No, not true.
Where did you hear
Not
that?
true.
No, he just said he was going to Mike. He's talking about he's going to go to college campuses again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
But like, on a side tangent,
No, we don't do that here.
I only do the tangents here.
No, you're good, man. Please.
Yeah, I know. But like does anyone actually believe that Osama bin Laden wasn't already dead by the time they found him?
Dead?
Didn't they see like he was on like
dead, but
dialysis like in the 90s or some shit?
Yeah, like so that the government knew where he was the entire time, which is what I believe. But some people
He's
believe
been dead the whole time. I see. That's
Yeah.
the whole. Hey, we
Yeah,
finally
okay.
found America's most wanted fugitive, and we gave him a burial at sea with no witnesses whatsoever in front of in secrecy. Like,
Yeah.
come on, dude. What?
that's
we
the
honored his
popular-
religious beliefs.
So the only reason I say that they knew where he was all along, it happened during election year for Obama, that he happened to get shot in.
Yeah.
And like 9 out of the 10 people who were on SEAL Team 6 died.
Right.
On like the mission after. So
Reality's
Nothing
stranger
to
than
hear.
fiction, man.
yeah.
Well, speaking of reality being stranger than fiction, there is some breaking news.
What?
I don't know. I don't know if you guys had heard this or not, but it turns out Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy, Jet Black, and Charlie Day are all returning.
Yeah.
That was like 20 hours ago.
Is that
No,
The Nintendo Direct, yeah, was a long time.
Also,
it's not breaking. What I'm saying is, fucking obviously, they're all the stars of the movie. Why wouldn't they be coming
Yeah,
back?
that's
Why are
what
you
I'm-
reporting on that?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
what?
You're getting paid millions of dollars to sit in this recording booth for fucking a couple hours a day. Like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't
Like,
I do that? Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds sweet.
Chris, where is the terminal?
I'm too busy
list
to do a
season
voice
2?
role.
I mean, yeah.
No, there's a new Zelda Hyrule Warriors game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There is.
Oh man,
And
well,
the big news was Fire Emblem Three Houses,
new-
baby. Oh yeah, I'm getting
Bunch
into
of
that.
new,
one.
that was actually going to be the final thing because we're about to get out of here. but
Mega
Paul,
Pokemon.
that's literally, I want to get your opinion on it. Any of the gamers here, but specifically Paul, because it was your favorite franchise or one of your favorite. Pokemon's first life simulation title is coming to Nintendo Switch.
Hey,
2.
that's
Poke-
just
I'm interested in
I,
that one, too.
I like it. I like
like-
it. I
I'm
love
actually
Animal
gonna
Crossing
buy a
and
Switch
it's
too
Pokemon.
like
next
Animal Crossing Pokemon. Yeah, it's kind of weird,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Yeah.
I love this idea.
I mean,
Maybe it's because I'm a woman. I don't know.
It looks strange because like it's a anthropomorphized or whatever the fuck you say, like Ditto, like with legs and stuff, and he's walking around.
And
He's
like tentacles and stuff.
yeah, he copies the Pokemon he sees, like, and then he can use their abilities to like help him plant and shit like that. It's kind of crazy,
Yeah,
but
Ditto is now Kirby. Yeah,
yeah.
except he's also. Not
I didn't watch the
Raspberry,
Nintendo
like-
Direct. I was doing other shit, and I don't have a Switch 2, so I got no reason to really watch it. But yeah, I hate games like this. I do. I fucking hate.
Well, other
those
shit
games.
is coming out on regular Switch too, Switch One as well. It's
Switch
kind
as
of weird.
well. Yeah. But like, I hate these sort of games. I fucking hate Animal Crossing. I can't stand these gay ass cozy games.
Yeah,
And
this is gonna
Pokemon
basically
is
be Stardew Valley.
yeah,
Yep.
I fucking love that. Enzo, if you'd be so kind as to read this, I think you'd get a kick out of it. I find it funny.
UA Fomega says they should remake Eyes Wide Shut with Anya Taylor-Joy and call it Eyes Wide Apart.
Yep.
Hypertelerism,
Like
it's called. Love it.
Didn't know they had a name.
And
It'll be interesting to
hypotelerism is when your eyes are too close.
It'll be interesting to see what Nintendo tries to patent, like with this. Like you can no longer have a,
Right, yeah. So many people
whatever,
in the
they can-
comments of that they were
Yeah.
roasting. I'm like, oh, so people can't, copy your games, but you can copy other people's games. Like,
yeah,
get fucked,
They're
Nintendo.
just gonna choose something incredibly general and just vague and be like, yeah, we patent that now. So yeah,
I think
you can no longer have life simulation games.
I think it's going to be popular amongst women, like heavily, like any of the.
That's what games always are.
And if it's
Yeah.
good, men are gonna play it too. Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna have.
I mean, it's
fire
Pokemon, the
outrage.
biggest IP in the world. Everyone's gonna buy it, even though people should stop buying
Pokemon.
I would like to say Mega Chestnut looks freaking awesome. He's like a medieval king in his Mega. It looks awesome as fuck.
Well, guys, we're at the 3 hour, 5 minute mark, 3 hours, 6 minutes actually. So it is time to wrap. I'm gonna see if anybody's live, and we'll raid into them, and we'll go ahead and do some outros. Very interesting discussion tonight. So thank all of you. Let me see who's going. We'll raid. Dax, tell people who you are, what you do, what you got going on, the whole nine.
And the list of donos.
And the list of donos.
We missed it last week.
I sure did. Boy, howdy did I. Yeah, everyone. This is Dax and I here reporting from California, IA. Apologies for all the bullshit that my commie ass state has put you guys through. Hopefully we can make up for it at some point in time. But just want to say, let me get mask off here. Much love to y'all. Thanks for
Real quick,
pulling
before
up.
you do, Dax, nobody go anywhere. We're gonna raid Philip Chan. Nobody go anywhere. Let's give him a massive, because there's a lot of y'all watching right now. There's 239 of you watching. Let's give him a massive fucking raid. Put Vital raid in the chat when all is said and done. So stick around for the raid and let's give Philip Chan what he deserves. All right, Dax, go for it.
Please stick around. And to all of you who helped get us past tier 1 tonight, that includes Piranha Pout, Kalika Gamer, Tebow, Minimal Effort Live, our special guest for the night. Thank you, sir. Michael Tynan, Jake motherfucking Martin. Thanks much, Jakey. Sleep well, sir. Zalosi, my bigot brother. Girthy Banana going crazy tonight, as per usual. Film Comics Explain Niet, Cornboy, Demon Carol, Stu Penzo, Blue Collar, Loser. He's not a loser. He's Chris, and he's a good boy. Sly, Maverick, UAF, Omega, and last but not least, Independent, Aquaman. He's independent now. He's divorced himself from the sea. All right.
And
yeah.
at the very end here, Rachel S. Thank you so
God
much.
damn.
Truly appreciate you.
Randall, thank you so much, sir.
I said Rachel. I meant Randall. Sorry.
You sure did. It's all right. Leon's been gender confused for a while now. You'll have to forgive him. But honestly, man, despite obviously the news this week, it's always amazing hanging with y'all. This is one of the best communities on YouTube, and I have no reason to think that'll change. So I'll be popping around, streamed with AJ on Tuesday. Sammy's show on Sunday for the news. And everything else is sort of up in the air, but that's what I'm committed to. So much love, everybody, and Dax out.
Melissa Lord with the heart. Thank you so much, girlie. Truly appreciate it. I appreciate all y'all. I mean, Melissa, what can be said that hasn't already been said?
Women.
Paul, tell people who you are, what you do, the whole nine, what you got coming up, anything. I mean, I know it's just in general, in life.
Nah, I'm Paul.
That's what it is. Social security number, mother's maiden name, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First pet's name, that good stuff. Yes, UK Gamer. I am Leon's IRL bestie, along with Cookies, even though he seemed shocked. I just here supporting my boy on all of his streams. And yeah, I lurk around other members of the cabal. It's all good.
You love to see it. Enzo, what you got coming up, brother?
Well, if you guys like Leon, me and Leon recently watched the film Basket Case. It came out Wednesday. The video, full-length audio commentary we did. There's a bit of an overlay, but Peepers and some other people say they, it's not too bad. They could watch the movie still. And yeah, me and Pouty watched My Mom's a Werewolf the other day. That's probably coming out this Wednesday. That was a stupid movie. We loved it. It's a very horny movie too. It was weird. There's also Sunday, I'm doing my Tales from the Dork Side stream like usual. We might do our first Crypt cast. So we might just watch a bunch of Tales from the Crypt episodes in order.
I can't be a part of that. I'm actually famously a member of the Bloods. I can't be associated.
I was
with
about
that.
to say I heard that differently in my head.
God damn it.
Yes.
But yes, Tales from the Crypt marathon Sunday. I think we'll also pepper in some memes and some funny videos. But yeah, we're going to be watching Tales from the Crypt, I guess, from now till Thanksgiving or Christmas, however long it takes to watch them all. There's 140 episodes. So, but yeah, other than that, check out the channel. We got a lot of movies, fun commentaries, and horror movies for the next 3 months. We got Reanimator coming out, and The Frighteners, and some other good stuff. We're doing The Crow, Wicked Prayer, with starring Edward Furlong and Tara
Edward
Reid.
Furlong,
Me and
that's the
Sammy
second
watched
best
that.
Crow movie.
It's fucking terrible. What are you talking about?
I didn't say it was good. I'd say it was the second best.
Tell UFA Omega that when I top Leon, we keep our clothes on and make it not gay. So.
Well, all right then. I didn't think that was going to get addressed. There you go. Bingo, bango, bongo. You heard it here first.
I mean, remember, you're not gay if you're wearing socks, brother. Okay.
Exactly.
When is
That's
Leon
how it
ever
works.
without socks?
Right now,
Yeah,
my socks are Top Ramen.
What?
I'm wearing Top Ramen. I did show them. I can't get my leg to it. Hold on a sec.
Feet
Not
for
flexible
free
enough.
in this economy?
No, he's wearing shoes.
Top Ramen
Nice
socks.
shoes.
Stupid Converse. Converse.
Hey, I like
We
Chuck.
can tell you
Come
who
on.
you are, what you do, the whole nine.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit, I
dude.
gotta be dropping links.
$50 super chat, and I'll take the shoes and socks off and show you guys the good shit.
Oh,
No, it's okay. I'm not into that.
Okay, so my name's Kalika Gamer. I actually do have some things in the works. Like I have a video on Andy Pants.
Nice.
And I'm gonna go through everything he said from back when I got a list of videos sent to me by a friend back when Andy Pants was Andy Xbox. And said that he voted for Democrats. And I'm going to publish all that shit.
You love to see it.
But,
Anything else you want to tell people about?
Yeah, like tonight I might if I can get it up and running in your Discord, Leon, I'll be streaming Dangerous Animals.
Right on.
If anyone
Sean,
wants
what
to
about
watch
you? What you got coming up, brother?
Yeah, I'm gonna start streaming about anime every weekend on Sundays. I'm gonna try to do it like 5 p.m. Pacific time. And I'm also gonna I'm gonna do that every other week because there's not really enough stuff to cover weekly for anime. It's like one episode for each show. So I'm gonna try to do that every 2 weeks. And I think the week before, what is it gonna be, like 28th? I think I'm gonna do a preview show as well. Because I want to go cover all the upcoming stuff for each season, to lay out my predictions of what I expect to be seeing. And in between those weeks off of anime coverage, I'll probably still be trying to have a stream of just me playing some game. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And then also in October, there's going to be Next Fest, and I'll see how much I can do with that. It's going to take some time out of my schedule. Yeah.
Professional streamer Piranha Pal with a great setup now. What you got coming up, Barely?
Well, hi, I'm Pouty. Occasionally, I pop up on other people's streams, like Leon when he's so kind. Usually, I like to play games every Friday. Sometimes I like to watch bad movies with Enzo. We have a good time. And this Sunday, I'll be popping up on In Other News with Sammy 3P, so check it out.
Oh, let's go.
You love to see it. Last but not least, guys, thank you so much for showing up for this episode. This is a very this is not how Neon Leon normally works. We don't normally do, a single guest, and it's not normally on a single topic. But with all that, I didn't think we'd be talking about it anymore after yesterday's stream. But given all the stuff that came out today, me and Tebow talking, I felt like this was a pretty necessary one to do. That being said, videos and streams nearly every single day. I will see all of y'all tomorrow. I will see you guys depending on what we've got in the works. Thank you so much for all the donations. It's because of you that I'm able to do this full time. I mean, it is truly, I appreciate all your generosity. For those of you that are unable to donate or who's not to whatnot, even so, you're able to, you drive the conversation in the chat and give us jumping off points. It means the world to me. So we're going to get out of here. Again, stick around for the raid. Let's give Philip Chan a massive raid. And in the chat, put Vital Idol raid. Till next time, it's all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.